All right, cool. What's up, everyone? Dregn Durant here of the Yasuhiro88ch, and we're on early. Kinda, sorta. A little bit, just a little bit. How we all doing today? Hope you all been doing well. And yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of Minecraft, which, gosh, I was looking at the announcements, and apparently it's been like a month since I've jumped on a Thursday casually to play Minecraft, so pretty sure we did stuff on Thursdays a couple times. Trying to remember what they were. Didn't we do one of the Keep Talking episodes? Keep Talking, No One Explodes. The chip challenge, wasn't that on a Thursday? I don't remember. But yeah, we've been, again, if you've been following the channel, you know that we've been working on a little TTRPG system, which is pretty much ready to go, at least for our play test coming up this weekend. This will be an offline play test that we're going to do with a couple friends from the channel. And something that I'm looking to do at least once a month, ideally more, just to flesh out the system, the basics, the foundation, right? But yeah, once we have a couple play tests under our belt, and once we are at a point where it feels like it's decent and there's something there, we'll put it out there publicly to let people check it out and maybe even give it a try. Whole idea behind it is to be pretty easy to learn, easy to teach, basic to intuitive to walk through and run through when you're playing. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it's well received, but we'll see. There's going to be a separate YouTube channel that covers what we're doing for that. And after some play tests, we'll introduce a little bit of I guess we'll call it like intro videos or tutorial videos of each section. So that'll come in the coming months. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, there's more I'd like to do with HiVECORE, right? The Minecraft server, just because it's been a while, is a environment that myself and several others agreed to kind of run or set up and contribute towards having like an always on dedicated server. So it's been good. Of course, I would like to do more in Minecraft with everybody, but everyone's got their schedules, not to mention holidays kind of slowed things down. So getting things wrapping, or not wrapping, but starting back up again is definitely tricky sometimes. Has somebody been working on the tavern? Would be cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and drop down. Oh, I forgot to update that poster. Let's go ahead and change that. There it is. The server awakens. Still find that little poster pretty great. Made by, if I'm not mistaken, it was made by Ellie. But yeah, good stuff. But we're gonna go full screen. We've gotten kind of used to going full screen when we play this, and well, not even just playing this, anything on the channel. I think I prefer kind of the simplistic view of things, at least while we're in game. Maybe when we're out of game, right, having all the knickknacks on the screen is nifty to have, or when we do collaborations. But yeah, I think going just full screen, that's what people want to see, right? But let's see here. I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and drop into our Discord channels as well. So who knows? Who knows if anyone's gonna pop in here? But we will mute ourselves in Discord and let's get to it. But yeah, mostly chit chatting, mostly thinking to myself, depending on if we bump into anybody or not. But gosh, where to begin? It's been so long. I'm already bad at the game. Take out the muscle memory after a month and who knows what to do. But yeah, what is it? Last time we were on, God, whenever that was. Had a couple of people actually run through the labyrinth. That was pretty fun. Come down here. What did someone say? Yeehaw. The Moonitar so fucking scary, bro. Ah. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun to see people try it out. I think I actually joined somebody's Thursday stream just to kind of sit in and watch and happen to catch them exploring around. Let's see here. What button does what? God, I remember nothing. All right. Yeah, the labyrinth is really just a big maze with a couple of surprises here and there. Mostly just signs taunting people, but it was fun. It was fun to build out. There's still more that could be done with it, but It's whatever's. Let's see here. How do I open inventory? Gosh, I remember absolutely nothing. There it is. All right, I have gear. I have no idea how to repair gear. That's an issue. We do have our diamond armor, so if we ever need to go out with others at some point, we have that available to us. We have our trusty emotional damage sword here, because I need some emotional damage gifted to us by Regel Mikado of Nova Swarm. That's supposed to be a tavern, which we'll get done here eventually. Eventually. Let's see. That's the kind of, this is like the spawn area somewhere up here. We got our subway, we got a bridge. We come up this way. We have our arena, the death pit, with Regel's banner reigning supreme. He was the first, I guess I technically sacrificed my blood to the to the arena, but the first official fight, right, was, I believe it was Regel and Zabiel. Let's see, that's the storage shack. We got the tavern being major work in progress. I don't remember if all these had walls up here, if somebody actually was working on it. We have our ice rink over here. Well, more like a race track. I think it was a racetrack. I forget what we were trying to call it. We got the massive farm from Jamie. Oh man, Zabiel, he's been busy. Holy shit. Look at that. I wonder if he had help or if he did it all on his own. Let's go take a look. Bye. Meh. Look at this. This is new. This wasn't here before. Leading up to the spire up there. Another bridge. A couple of poles for, if I understand, that's used for... What's it used for? Lightning. Zabiel's little shack here. Jamie's little hobbit hut. Little dock over there. Man, they made it look all nice. Look at that. But what's, yeah, I haven't actually, I don't think I've been up top here. This is the tower of, whatchamacallit? I don't even know. I always, not only do I like not process what he says whenever he tells me the name of this tower, but I also can't seem to commit the damn name to memory. Oh, look at that. What is this supposed to be? Oh man. He put some time on this. That's pretty cool. What is it? Does that slow you down? Bunch of sheep up here for some reason. Look at that. Pretty cool. Not really sure. Is it just a tower? Must be. Look at all these fancy blocks. What are they? Am I sinking when I stand on these? I don't understand these tiles. Also, it's nighttime, so I guess let's head down and take a nap. Look at that. You know what? Up here, it just has a good view of what's down there. God, it looks so good. Oh yeah, the Christmas tree. That was made by Vector during the holidays. See the edge of the world out there? Or no, sorry, the curvature. It's the curvature of the world, right? It blows my mind that flat Earth is still something people believe. Oh, okay, well, we got dudes out and about now, so let's go and run away. Yeah, you guys will be fine. Don't worry about it. I wanna build something else, but not really sure what. I'm just so bad at the game. I guess I could be better, but I don't know. Minecraft is way more complex than you'd realize at first glance. It's very cool seeing the things people do make out of it, but maybe we'll work a little bit on this thing. It's kind of been sitting at this level for a good while now, so maybe that's something we can try to do. What's the difference with all these boats? Just different colors? Must just be different colors. Must be different colors. So I don't really understand how this works. Okay, so the boat goes super fast on ice. Holy crap. Okay, okay. Interesting. And then when you hit here, you're going to get launched up. And then you end up here. Whoa. Okay, how do I get out? Shoot, how do I get out? I don't remember how to get out. There it is. Hey, guy. No. No. Okay. Let's see. Inventory. Oh, God, the controls. They're so unintuitive for everything I'm used to. Okay. We got a boat. I guess we'll sleep. I don't know when the last time I slept was. But we're going to have to make the opposite side. I forget what exactly these were supposed to be. I think it's the beep, 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 beep bullshit. God, why do we need that? We can just have someone do it live. Alright. Let's sleep. Sleeping through the night. Man, my arms are all scratched up from the yard work I've been doing. Ugh. It sucks because the area that's all messed up is... I was using part of my yard for leverage and leaning my arm, using my arm like a lever. But it's also the same spot that kind of rests on the edge of the desk when you're at a desk. Not the most comfortable I've been. I don't even know what the heck this was supposed to be. Oh, you know what? We have a ton of cobblestone, if I'm not mistaken. So let's do that. Okay, so Jammy must have been online at some point, because there was a sign here, and it's not there anymore. How do I move it to the inventory? There we go. I don't know why I have all this other crap in here, but we won't worry about that. We don't know what it's even used for. There we go. God, it feels sensitive. Let's see here. I want to move one of my windows so I can actually see what... I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Move that here. I don't need that open. God, I really need to get my third monitor up again. Streaming with only 2 monitors is not efficient at all. You definitely need one dedicated monitor for like OBS stuff. One monitor obviously for whatever you're doing. And then it helps so much to have a third monitor that's used for what is it, like things like Discord or your browser, right? With any sort of analytics stuff that you might be using. All right. Anyways, where are we going? We need to get some ice because I think what I'll do is I'll start building the opposite side. Oh, Az is jumping on. All right, let's see here. Move these. I need to get some more. Hold on. Can I eat the egg? Ah, I'm so bad with these controls. I don't need the egg. I don't even need the chicken. I don't even need the bone. Yeah, that'll be fine. Why do I have arrows? Oh, because I have that crossbow. That's why. Why do I have smooth stone slabs? I don't remember anything. Why do I have emeralds? It was the last thing I did logged in to get the diamond armor. Maybe that must have been it. All right, so we got some ice, we got some cobblestone. These are all the exact same. This one just has mending, unbreaking. I guess we'll replace it with this for now. Yeah. All right. So, oh, I need to go get, what is it, like Silk Touch or something, right? So let's go ahead and put a couple of these down here. You know, maybe we have to do that first. Oh, yeah, because here, I'll find out. Yeah. All right, let's make a little quick detour. We need to go figure out how to do enchanting again. Because hopefully Nova Swarm City has Silk Touch that you can buy from one of the vendor dudes. Whoa, that was... Okay, don't look at the box when you're eating. Let's see here. What can we put in here? I guess let's drop these here. I really don't remember what they were used for. What else do I got? What else can I put in here? Oh, did we have anything cooking? Oh, we did. What was I using smooth stone for? I don't remember, guys. What was this used for? I don't know. Is it here? Is it cobblestone that makes what I need? And then regular stone makes the smooth? I hope that's right. Okay. Paper. Do I have more paper lying around? You make paper from bamboo, was it? Really bad at the game, guy. Let's see here. Where is paper at? Because I need to be able to make a book. That's a book and a quill. I think it was a book. There's paper. It's sugarcane, not bamboo. What is bamboo used for? Sticks? Where's a book? This thing. Leather. I don't even know if I have leather.
Hello there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Who's that?
Oh my god.
How you
It's
been,
a
dude?
person.
It's kind of been a while.
It's been a little bit, yeah. But things are going well.
Good. Let's get Az up here. Why is your reactive set to Maxine still? Was the last time I did anything with you the last time we played Horizon? What the heck?
Surely not. I think
Yeah.
you've been at Minecraft or something since then, at least.
I feel like we had to have done something since. But yeah, I actually was checking out your tower when I logged in. I noticed you've been busy. Is it done?
Not done. It's done enough.
You've done enough.
But for extra credit, I do still want to throw a little Soulfire beacon at the top of it. I just haven't found the best way to do it that looks good.
Okay. Well, I was saying that it's I didn't notice it at first until I was about to head down, but it's actually a really good spot just for kind of scouting out what exists in the starting area. So you found a good spot.
Yeah, I think it's like the highest natural point around, and gives a nice good view. I think that like we went up that hill. I mean, we all kind of did it individually before, like me and Jamie ran into each other just down the street from the spawn when we initially started. But
right.
Like I had definitely gone up that hill and kind of use that as a spot to figure out like where to go from there.
Sure.
But yeah, and it's got the stairs that I just put in last week.
Okay, recent.
Yeah, because that's something that I'd been sitting on for a while, and I just hadn't been getting around to it. So figured
nice.
I got the bridge going to Atlan Grove done. I've got
yeah, saw the bridge.
Got the spire itself all built up, so the only thing left really was to build the walkway up to it, so it wasn't such a nightmare to get up to.
Cool, nice. Who worked on the tavern? I see a little bit of progress has been made there. Was that you too, or was that were you aware?
Your guys is good as mine.
Okay.
I have no idea. It's just between when I kind of took a bit of a break at the start of the year to when I jumped in,
yeah,
some more work had been done on it, and I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, part of me wants to say Jammy must have been on because the sign I left for Jammy with the resources is gone, and I'm like, well, it had Jamie's name on it, so the only person who I could imagine destroying it must be her, right? Must be her. Jamie, I just logging in to break stuff. Rude. What else have you been up to, dude?
Not a lot. Mostly TTRPGs off stream.
Yeah? How many games you running these days?
I've got 3 running right now. I've got 2 that a buddy's running that I'm playing in.
Fun. You said 1 or 2?
2 that I'm playing in, 3 that I'm running.
Okay. That's a full work week.
I was thinking about seeing about having just like an off stream kind of a 4th game to kind of test the waters, see how I manage with that, with 4 games going a week. Figured I'd try to rally some people together. Only talked to one person initially because I wasn't even planning on it until I talked to them. So
okay.
But for now, just occasional couple streams a week usually, and then D&D. Not D&D, D&D.
Not D&D, D&D? What does that mean?
I'm using the Level Up Advanced 5th Edition,
Okay.
which is like a third-party thing.
Yeah, but still based on Foundation of D&D, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Still D&D 5e at the core. Just
is that the same as
helpful.
that AD&D or whatever? Is that the same thing?
I've probably talked to you about it before. If that's what you're thinking, like Advanced 5th Edition. Is what they call it.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Advanced 5th. Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah. It's just a thing that I feel like kind of dips into some of the elements of Pathfinder 2nd Edition that I like.
Yeah.
Where you're able to like customize your characters more and stuff. And then they also just put stuff in there to kind of help the DM along, because 5e doesn't really do that for you. They just kind of drop you in and it's like, here, figure it out.
In what regard?
It just like 5e doesn't really set you up with the tools to be able to figure out how to do things. They just tell you figure it out.
Yeah, if it's not part of the base, whatever they built out, you're kind of on your own or up to the community to figure it out.
Yeah, basically like combat, pretty easy to sort out.
Yep.
Anything else, you're on your own.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
But I think the thing that tends to get the most praise for the level up stuff is the work that they put into giving you tools to use for exploration and travel and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Just a nice little thing that I've been enjoying lately.
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me a little bit more about your thoughts there in detail this weekend, since you're gonna be part of that game. Because it's definitely something I've noticed. It's like, general actions, pretty solid. Combat, I have a pretty good idea. But when it comes to like the nuances of, well, what else do people need or want to see, right? Like I got general idea for like currency tiers. I got general idea for like traveling distance, what's reasonable. But yeah, I think a lot of our little playtest this weekend is going to be about just making sure, okay, does the basics look good? And then what did you not see and were hoping to see, right? So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's been sounding real neat so far, so...
Well, for what little I've shared with anybody.
I mean, like the core concepts of like what you're going for definitely has me interested. Because the flexibility of being able to do kind of what you want with it, but still having some form of framework like that as a base idea really interests me, because I like doing different genres and different types of settings and stuff like that, and being able to just easily do it with the same system like that's what I've liked about the popularity of 5e.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that there's enough people out there making stuff that you can usually find some way to do these different genres and stuff, but having a system built around that concept I think is really intriguing.
Yeah, that's something I was going to ask everybody over the weekend, but I guess since we're talking about D&D as we do, have you seen a system out there that tries to do that? Because most of the ones I've encountered or played with or seen tends to, well, a bunch of them, one, are based off of the core of D&D, right? 5th edition, which I see how it can be easily expanded on that way, but it's still kind of locked into the framework that D&D set, right? Whereas a lot of other systems kind of do what Wizards did with 5e, but just in a different like universe. So it's like you kind of run into the same problems. But I've also heard that there are there are systems out there that have like a mana point system, like what I'm working with, and systems that I don't know, they handle the arcane in different ways than fifth edition, but I imagine those must be pretty niche because I haven't heard of any of them really.
I think, I mean, like at the core, the problem there is that like tabletop isn't as niche as it used to be, but it still could be seen that way. And then anything that's not D&D basically is niche within that. So
Yep.
Yeah, I think like there's a couple things that comes to mind. I think people I haven't messed with it myself. I think I've used some like offshoots of GURPS.
GURPS, is that an acronym?
It is, and I have no idea what it means.
Oh, fail.
But the idea is that like people use it for like all kinds of different like genres and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's still like a D20 system. I think it might be. But then there's also the Fate system, which is like a D6 based one. Like it's like a funky D6 one because they have like their own sort of D6s.
Yep.
Where there's like the pluses and minuses, and then just like the blank faces.
Wait, what name did you say? I heard
Fate.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. The plus minus, it kind of cancels each other out. It's kind of like advantage disadvantage in dice in a sense.
Yeah. Which I played a little bit of that one with like a Mass Effect book that was made for it. And I thought it was neat. The only reason I didn't really stick with it is because I didn't vibe with the group. But
yeah.
And again, like it's so hard to find groups for anything that isn't just D&D 5e. So
sure, yeah, I feel that.
So I never got around to trying it again, because usually I prefer to like experience game systems as a player before I try DMing them. But yeah, like those are the ones that come to mind where I think like that is a selling point that I've heard people use for them, where it's like you can play anything.
Yeah, it's genre agnostic in a sense.
Yeah, I think GURPS is a little bit more crunchy.
Okay, no, GURPS, yeah. So I did hear some. Yeah, so Fate, I know. GURPS is a weird name for me. Hey, brother, you want to play some GURPS this weekend? Nah, dude, I'm not into gay shit. Nah, sorry. I don't know why my head went there, but it did.
It's generic universal roleplay system. So like right in the name, it's like
yeah, I get where they're going with it.
Yeah. And I think like similar to like Fate, like people will make like kind of offshoots for like different specific things.
Yep.
Like specific IPs and stuff like that. This spawner really isn't spawning anything. I need to fix my shovel.
Fix your shovel. Cool. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We're coming up on it. So.
Yeah. You mentioned mana points, and that actually was something that me and Steph talked about recently. Who I've streamed with in the past as Mado. But we throw our other names around. So
yeah, I got you.
Partially, like we were talking about, possibly getting some people together to run some games. Once upon a time, a few months ago or something. And,
a few moons back, yeah.
There was I was talking up A5e as I do because I found my new current favorite thing for a while, and I had mentioned that the warlocks in A5e use spell points instead of spell slots. So they kind of still use spell slots in that each spell level, like they still are aligned to spell level, but they have the flexibility that like instead of having 2 spell slots forever, they have a growing number of spell points, and so if they want to cast a bunch of level 1 spells at higher level, they can. But then they might still be limited to like 2 5th level spells.
Yep.
At level cap. Because instead of using spell slots, they have spell points, and the cost of a spell is based on its spell level. And I don't know what kind of math they use to figure that out, but I've seen the same progression into entirely different things, so there must be some logic to it that I don't care to look into because I don't care about math. But yeah, and Steph had mentioned that they'd been really looking for a system that uses something that works more like mana than spell slots, because spell slots are kind of like a weird thing that you have to find some way to justify in character, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's part of the mechanics that I'm trying to build in my little system here is taking at least keeping in mind, like anytime I run a game with someone newer, right? It's like, what are the things that they get hung up on? One is modifiers. One is spell slots. Spell slots are huge, actually. Like, that confuses the shit out of people. But yeah, trying to simplify some of those mechanics, those functions.
Yeah. In regards to that specifically, like they really just kind of shot themselves in the foot by having your character level and also spell levels, because like that's something that I'll see confuse people. And even like if I'm quickly looking through a book and I'm looking at a feature that refers to certain levels where you get certain spells as like subclass features or something.
Yep.
I have to figure out if it's talking about the character level or like the spell level.
Sure.
When looking at whatever it's referring to.
Yeah.
Because you'll see similar things, similar tables, just using different reference points.
Yep.
It's like, if they could have at least picked a different terminology instead of spell level, that would have saved so many headaches for people, I think. But as it is, it's just kind of, it's confusing, especially for new people.
Exactly.
So yeah, anything that can be done to fix that is for the best, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's a young idea, so I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what you guys all think about it, since at least a few of you have some decent TTRPG experience. So that'll be good to get everyone's take on that and everything. So yeah. What are you working on tonight?
I was thinking I might start kind of cleaning up the path to Atlan Grove.
Okay, so continuing past the bridge.
Yeah, so that's why I've been working on fixing up my shovel at the XP farm, because my shovel is almost broken and I'm probably going to need it a fair bit for that.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to expand our little ice course here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. I got to do math. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, man, that was more than I was expecting. I imagine it would be good to have like a fairly decent straightaway before the finish line, right? I mean, that seems like a good idea. Have some curves in the middle and then a straightaway at the beginning and end.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like my mind always goes back to like F-Zero when I think about
yeah,
racing stuff. Because I still go back to that on my Switch and stuff every now and then. But
yeah,
like, you need some straightaways. If it's just a nightmare of hairpin turns and 90-degree angles, it's just going to be frustrating for everyone by the end of it.
True. Yeah. Plus, some people are good at twisting and turning. Some people might whoosh straightaways faster.
Yeah.
How are they keeping track of... Am I doing this right? 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, okay.
Plus, the straightaways will give opportunity for hitting some crazy speeds that you get on the ice with boats.
Yeah. Give people a chance to play a little bumper cars. Alright, how you guys doing the other end over here? 6, 3, 2, 1, 1. Oh boy. Numbers.
I saw that Meg has been playing some modded Minecraft lately.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks like chaos. But then
Definitely
again,
can be.
this game is just chaos for me regardless, so, you know, what's the difference? I was talking about how, like, I still don't, like, understand this game. Which is funny to me because I thought I'd pick it up super quick, but I'm like, low IQ playing this game. It's pretty bad.
I really wonder. We got to get you in Satisfactory and see if you have an easier time with that.
Maybe.
Because I feel like I talked about it a little bit last week too. Because I've been playing Satisfactory in my off time again, and I was thinking about how, like, I feel like the ideal situation, like the ideal game of the sort that you might be able to put these two games in the category of, is if you take just all the random junk of Minecraft, like all the different blocks that you can build with and stuff, and then you take the goals that you're given of Satisfactory, and put those together. Because I feel like if I go into Minecraft, like, unless I give myself a thing to do, I have, like, I don't know where to go, what to do, what's the point?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Minecraft's
So it's
full-on
like,
sandbox. That's...
Yeah. Whereas, but then the thing about that, though, is that Minecraft will always have, you know, in that field, Minecraft will always have gameplay. It'll never run out.
Yep.
Whereas Satisfactory, you finish everything, you have everything optimized to, like, perfection, then there's nothing left to do.
Sure. And
But
I saw...
if you had stuff to build with, you know, stuff to make your factories and everything look even nicer, then you all of a sudden you've got way more replayability after you finish those big milestones and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, different kind of game. I definitely noticed that the comparison, like with V Rising and Valheim, how... I don't know what it is. V Rising, I think it's the isometric style. I'm trying to think, like, I didn't really grow up playing, like, isometric games, so I feel like the isometric just kind of throws me off. And then as far as Minecraft, this might be a weird take, but I feel like the unintuitiveness of the controls really fucks with me in this game. Like, it causes my brain to short circuit, and that's part of what's messing me up. It's like I can't learn advanced recipes if I can't even get my open inventory button proper because it's something funky. Like E, who uses E anymore?
Yeah. The Satisfactory has kind of that same issue.
Oh, lightning.
Where it's like, to open the build menu, it's Q.
Q.
Yeah, it's like, what happened to, like, normal buttons like tab or something?
Right.
Like, I could see tab to open, like, a menu or something. But I don't know. I've been really curious about V Rising because I've seen like, I picked up, like, some Secret Sleepover Society streams of them because I watch those guys all the time. But I also, like, I think grew up playing a bit more like Diablo and stuff like that. So
So
I think it's more familiar.
Somebody was messaging me. I think it was a college buddy of mine was asking me about V Rising because they noticed I've been playing it quite a bit with Neff. But I think God, I'm trying to remember what was the description I gave him. I think what I said to him is like this is more my preference perhaps, but like Valheim is great when you're playing with either solo or with like maybe a buddy or two. Whereas having played V Rising with Neff, V Rising seems like it would be on a whole nother level if you had like 3 groups of 3 or 4, right? Like you had factions of players. Because it definitely
Yeah.
seems like the game is designed to want to have like PvPvE, where you're fighting other vampires who are trying to make their big, castle, Dracula's castle, but also trying to, fight for resources and whatnot, and with the way the PvP is enabled in that game and whatnot. Like Valheim, it wasn't made with factions in mind, whereas V Rising clearly was. So
That's interesting.
yeah, it is definitely. I imagine it would be a different experience if we had a bigger group playing it, as an example. But it's fun. Neff is like 3 people on her own, so All right. Now I thought about making it the symmetrical, but the more I look at it, now we need like a nice big straightaway here. Give people that false hope that they can catch up, even though the game has fixed speed limits.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's interesting because I feel like that's something where they could definitely expand on that and make a whole game mechanic based around like racing, and people would be all for it because like elytra racing kicked off as like a huge thing. There's whole servers devoted to that and stuff.
Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft.
Oh.
Elytra being like the wings that you can get where you can kind of like glide.
Gotcha. Yeah. From the Dragon Boy.
Yeah. And people have made like servers where it's just like these incredible like cavernous race courses.
Huh.
And you'll go through, and with the elytra you have like momentum and stuff, so like you have to actually
Dive.
there's like there's like a level of it that relies on skill as opposed to just you hold forward.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I feel like if they did some sort of ground based thing like that, like
Yeah. Why not? Right.
You had some ability to like manipulate your speed and stuff like that. It'd be cool. I think it'd probably be something that would kick off as like a huge update feature.
It probably would. People love
really
racing.
Cash in on.
100%. It's funny. Star Citizen had a big update. Not that people care about that game anymore, but the one of the emergent gameplays that like really took off was people just making like spaceship race courses. It's just like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, no, that was something that really interested me with the game, was like flying, racing spaceships and stuff. The ground racing really interests me. That's why I got a racing variant of the Origin hoverbike.
Yep.
And then they've got like the Daymar Rally and stuff that they do. And
yeah,
all that.
you know a little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I did see a post where people were talking about the flight physics. I think maybe like I haven't kept up too much with what's been changing, but I guess there was some change to flight physics in general, or maybe flight physics
ongoing,
in certain conditions.
Yep.
And someone was comparing it to like some videos of a while back where they were just like flying through some like looked like Cloud City type of a situation from Star Wars, where there's just like a bunch of like floating like building stuff and all that. And
Yep.
they're just kind of whipping through it, and I think at that point like there was no difference between like atmospheric and space flight. Yep. I don't know if there is now, but at least in those videos there weren't. And someone was like comparing it to newer stuff where like all that flight stuff had changed to some degree.
Yeah,
and
they
they're saying
talk
it's
about
like
it a lot.
it's the downfall of the game or some over
What having it or not having it?
I just like whatever changed was like too much apparently.
Yeah.
But you know, to me it just looked like, you know, people typically just blowing stuff out of proportion.
Yeah. This is not what I'm used to. It's horrible. Game broken. Can't play it. Unplayable, literally.
Yeah. But like I don't know when I'll ever be able to afford a new GPU that'll actually be able to somewhat look at that game.
Don't worry about
without
it, dude.
imploding. But
the game's not in a great state right now.
Right. I do like keeping up with it and seeing like what people are doing and what's going on with it and stuff. Even just like watching gameplay of it, I think is entertaining to me.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm envious of the people who are able to stream it. Man, they got like the top of the line, but the back end servers are so bad. I tried logging in. It was rough. What a Meg. All right, my dumbass brain is trying to do some math here. Let's see here. What is that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Meg, you just can't be calling as names like that. Rude.
Hey, excuse me.
Nah. She's too nice.
Meg of all people?
Nah. That's impossible. The day Meg starts talking shit about people is the day the world ends. That's a good question. Makes me wonder, Meg, do you talk shit about people with your husband at least? You got to get it out somehow. It's okay. You have my permission to make fun of Neff and Vector and all those guys. And there must be like a huge open crevasse underneath the ice rink because I'm hearing zombies and I'm looking behind me and there's no zombie behind me. Like, hello?
That was something I was really worried about when I was doing Outland Grove because like I was leveling out the ground, so there was a lot of changes to the terrain and stuff. Is like if I've just like covered up or maybe dug down to where I'm just close enough for stuff to start spawning near me or something, that's gonna be really annoying. And I'm gonna have to like dig down and start hunting them down.
I believe in you. You can hunt them down.
Ugh. There's so much work.
I don't want to do any work. What?
There's definitely been times where it's like I knew that there was something somewhere underground. I just didn't know exactly where, and like trying to find it felt like I was just like running in circles.
The lost cause, yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost of Christmas past is haunting you. Meg's rebrand. I would watch a Meg drama channel. You could pull it off, Jerry Springer. He's very rude though. Well, you could just be like smother them in kindness, literally. Oh, you're talking about somebody else. I missed a comment. I'm so great at comments, guys. Don't worry about it. We hate on one coworker. Yeah, but see, oh man, that says something about that guy. Like, who do you have to be to have Meg not like you? That's unbelievable. You've made a grave mistake in your life choices for that to happen. All right, something like that should be all right. All right, and then they made it. Gosh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So much ice. Oh man. It's a big pain in the ass walking on it too. Is there an enchant that can let me walk on ice without skating around? There must be.
I think there is.
There must be.
Actually, I think that came up one of the last few times where a bunch of people were on and you were just kind of running around doing whatever. I think the Frostwalker enchant was mentioned, and that might be the one that does that.
Frostwalker, you say?
Yeah.
Nah, no way. That doesn't sound right.
Who knows, man? It's Minecraft.
No, it totally sounds right. What do you mean? Frostwalker? Come on, that must be it.
Well, it's like you got to wonder though too, because like they've got enchants where it's like that with that name, like it could be it makes you faster on ice.
Oh,
too, as well. So
that'd be
like,
that would be something else. Yeah, you're just zooming across the ice. Oh man.
Yeah, because I think someone mentioned it and Neff was like, no, it lets you walk without slipping or something.
Okay.
Because Neff actually knows how to play the game, unlike me, who just pretends.
You're pretending? Shit, what does that make me?
Now, see, you're learning. I'm just pretending I did that. I skipped a step.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Why do I always set myself up with huge tasks of terraforming?
I mean, maybe that's what you do. You know, you're like a planeswalker. That's what they did.
The Earth Shaper.
That's what they did in Magic, right? Wasn't that the lore? Like the planeswalkers. I think that was their name. And then they were like so magically powerful that they like shaped the lands and spawned creatures or nurtured the forests and all that crap.
I think there are at least some who like made their own planes. Like there's actually one that I'm somewhat familiar with because it was like the active thing when I was playing. And it was just like a bunch of metal stuff.
like hardcore metal stuff, or
no, like
literally metal stuff.
Like, everything was
okay.
Like brass and iron. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a metal plane though.
They should.
They got a plane for everything.
They got a metal Mario. How could you not have a metal plane? Hell, even our planes are metal.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, Meg is saying that that enchantment.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, it freezes the water when you're, which does seem incredibly useful if you're like traveling and you just don't want to have to stop and put out a boat or something to cross a river or a lake or something.
Sure.
You just keep sprinting across the water. Now the only other thing I think of is like holding control. Maybe that helps. I know that's how you avoid walking off ledges.
I just slide slower.
Oh. Oh, it was a theory.
Yeah. Oh man, what should I do here? Maybe, okay, so hold on. So we got this massive straightaway right to the finish. Unless we have multiple laps, which then this is probably going to make sense. After the start, right, you get raised up. We should probably have a zigzag section up above, but if we have a zigzag section up above, I want to make like a big ice area below, so if you fall, you still have like a direction you can go. But maybe the top path is quicker than the bottom path? I don't know. That's probably the way to do it. Yeah, top path must be quicker than the bottom path. I have an idea for that.
It's moments like what just occurred in my mind where I really realize I have an addiction.
That's incredible. You have moments in your mind? Holy shit.
Sometimes.
What happened?
My mind just went back to the idea. It's like, okay, but how can we make this work in D&D though?
What's that?
Thinking specifically about like racing again.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
I've always thought about. It's like I would love to be able to be like Captain Falcon, not punchy meme Captain Falcon, but like racing, super fast space cars Captain Falcon.
You know what it
But in
is?
D&D.
Yeah, you know what it is that you need to oh man, you need to oh, you know what, you're giving me ideas. Okay. So imagine combat, right? Because it has to be combat. But but your the movement, I think it has to be like abstract. Because like in racing, the assumption, unless you like get a nat 1 and like spin out of control or fly off the stage or some crap happens, the goal is to move forward, right? That's default is the goal. So I'm thinking it's like, okay, well, players moving. I guess initiative wouldn't even really work in a race, right? Because initiative would have to move based on like place. So maybe it's like a Mario Kart situation where the person in the back has like the higher chance to get a blue shell type deal. So maybe person on the bottom of the totem pole goes first every round, and then the places will swap. I don't know. That'd be a little tricky to figure out. But regardless of that, like what would happen in a race? What the fuck just zooped next to me? Oh, what was I saying? So yeah, like if you're trying to like ram into another dude to make something happen, right? You'd probably have to do some kind of a roll for that. And then if it's not a great roll, maybe you'd have to do like a recovery roll, make sure that you don't spin out instead or some shit. Yeah, you can't really do it in D&D right now, can you? There's just the kind of makes me think about like space combat or like ship combat. Like it just doesn't really work properly. You got to kind of treat the ship like a character, like a creature.
Yeah. And that's actually something that I was thinking about just now, as like a potential way to do it, which would involve I've seen at least one like ship combat type thing. I don't remember if it was space or like naval, but it was probably space because people love space.
Who doesn't love space?
Losers, nerds. But it had everyone act. Okay, so I think the different ships had their own turns, right? But everyone within a ship went at the same time, technically, and you could kind of, in that case, you could determine, as a group, since you're working together, which actions happen when. But I was just thinking, if you have a situation where your rounds of racing basically are something where all of the competitors go simultaneously, and then depending on what they choose to do, the actions taken might depict where they go in the order.
That would,
the complication there is that if you have a bunch of people sitting at a table, then, and like maybe some of them are, multiple players are competing against each other potentially, even, then that provides some complications though.
Yeah, God, that's tricky, isn't it? The problem is, this is a problem that I realized when I was making the framework for the TTRPG I'm working on, is I have like a lot of just I don't want to call them a biasy, but it's like a lot of my thinking on how a TTRPG should work defaults to how I'm familiar with how 5e works, which I'm like, no, can't be using examples that way. You got to think of it a little differently. I think the problem with your example there is basically you need to create like an entire new board game mechanic that kind of staples on top of it, right? Which is just too complex. So yeah, placement is an issue. I think, placement, rather than thinking about placement, maybe what should be done is your engagement distance, so like combat range, right, is limited to who's in front of you and who's behind you. So each round of combat, so to speak, you're fighting to progress higher on the rankings by beating the person that in initiative order they are in front of you, right? Maybe initiative is what sets off the boost at go that you see in racing games, right? Kind of sets the initial lanes that everyone is in, and then throughout combat you're trying to compete with the people in front of you, or maybe even depending on what you're trying to do, maybe the people directly in front of them too. I don't know. Maybe there's something there, I feel, but yeah, definitely you got to sit down, think about it. Because what else is involved? Because I know my thinking kind of goes to like Mario Kart. It's like, oh, you're gonna pick up an item. What do you do with the item? But then in like in F-Zero, F-Zero doesn't really have anything like that, did they? It was really just super fast, and you gotta make sure you don't fall off the stage, and you gotta make sure you don't hit the sidebar, the bumper bars, long enough where you
Yeah.
implode, right?
Yeah, like because each machine would have like various like health bar basically. And it's really like you're more like you are obviously like actively doing stuff against the other racers if you're close enough, but mostly you're against the course itself,
Yeah.
where there's ramps, gaps that you have to like jump over,
Yep.
and you have to be like going fast enough to make sure. That was something I really struggled with when I was younger, not realizing that I have to make myself go faster to hit certain ramps, otherwise you just won't make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having patches of like stuff that'll slow you down. I think some courses even had like little mines that you could run into that would just like explode once someone hit it. And then it wouldn't be a problem afterwards, but you know, whoever's going through that area first has to avoid them. So yeah, like in looking at that example, it's a bunch of hazards of the course that you have to compete with, more so than the other racers. And then Mario Kart, you know, as an example, you obviously have like pickups that you're actively using. The only thing like that in F-Zero is like a boost that you get for finishing a lap.
Yeah. And that was only in the newer F-Zeros, if I remember right. I don't think the originals had that. They had the boosts on the ground that you could race over, but
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah.
yeah, not really relevant. But yeah, outside of that, I think what you'd have to draw out a course, probably like hairpin turns. You'll have to maybe have like a certain difficulty check, right? Maybe even turns in general. Just have a difficulty check at like every section. Every section has like some kind of a challenge. Maybe a straightaway. God, well, how would you handle straightaways? Straightaways would probably be the situation where people would have the best opportunity to like catch up or make passes, right? So, gosh,
Yeah.
there's ideas there though. I dig the idea. All right.
And like the I think the biggest issue with it is that like unless it's a game like a campaign built around that, like it's like how people have like festival games and stuff like that they'll have in like their typical D&D games, where it's like you use it once and then never see it again.
Mm-hmm. Unless the entire purpose of the system was to race. Racing is life.
That's true. Make a racing TTRPG just like they have mech TTRPGs.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, hold on. I need to BRB. I'll be right back, everyone.
All right.
I'll leave you
unmuted. Yeah. Genuinely something that I have thought about to some degree, at least. Not super in depth, but something that I've always wanted to do in TTRPG for some reason is making a racing type subsystem, I suppose. It's not something that I've ever thought about, you know, like I've genuinely never thought about like making my own full-on system of any sort for a TTRPG, even though I'm sure a lot of people have, but it's just never. It sounds like a lot, and I don't want to have to figure out how to make a game system and balance it. That's better suited for other people. But like little subsystem stuff, that's definitely stuff I've done for my own campaigns. Even if it's not something particularly massive, like I built a little game mechanic for a player who was running a food truck in one modern themed campaign. So I do like thinking about that kind of stuff, even if it's not something I'm actively using. But yeah, racing is one that I've kept coming back to. It's like, man, I've got a real addiction going on or something. Like
addictions?
for some reason, I can't let that one go.
Impossible. Az has never had an addiction in his life.
Not even slightly.
Nope. Fake news.
I put all my armor away at the start of the session because I've got this incredible skin that Jammy made, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I want to show off the skin.
But
then as I've been working on this path, I saw a bunch of pillagers just down the way. It's like, man, I hope I don't have those guys come over here. I'm not suited up for that.
Do a 180, turn around. Grab your gear.
I've got a good sword, but it's mostly for killing undead. So it is it's a +2 sword of undead slaying.
Oh boy.
After Rig gave me the Oaksbane netherite axe, I was like, I need to start naming my stuff.
You bitch creeper. Bonk. Does burning kill him after one hit? It does. Let's go. Where did he come from? He must have showed up from inside here. Whoa! I'm falling. So they only spawn where there's no torches, but that doesn't stop them from going into areas with torches. That's an issue.
Yeah, so they'll spawn in areas that are of a sufficiently low light level.
Yeah.
And then creepers, they don't burn in the daylight like all the undead do, so they'll keep lurking.
They really should, though.
I think they have a certain spawn radius. Like stuff will only spawn within a certain range of players.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll make it to where like you generally won't have to worry about it too much if it's not a place that you're frequenting, like someone coming from half a mile away and just happening to wander down the path to find you one day.
Man, you've played Smash, right? You must have played Smash.
Yeah.
You know how they have that sudden death mode where it just starts raining bombs?
Oh yeah.
Imagine what that would be like in Minecraft. Either the creepers just start raining down, or even funnier, if they spawn and just immediately target lock and run super fast towards the nearest player. That'd probably be a fun mod.
Have you seen any of the like chat integration stuff that exists with Minecraft?
I mean, we did a little bit with the prox VoIP that had some chat integration, but outside of that, no. I'm assuming you're referring to some kind of like you can use commands that translate from chat to game, or what are you talking about?
Like Twitch, like stream chat.
I believe it though. There's plenty of that kind of stuff flying around.
Yeah, there's one I was watching one time, and like whoever it was I was watching, I don't remember. They had like a challenge for each of the people in their group.
Mm-hmm.
They had to do a thing, but while they were doing that, chat could intervene by doing donations and stuff.
Yeah.
And depending on how much they donated, because I think it was like a charity event or something, how much they donated would determine what effect they would cause to happen.
Sure. Yeah.
And who it happens to.
Oh, so, cheeky. Yeah.
So it was like being struck by lightning, like TNT spawning on the person and stuff like that. When you said raining bombs, that was immediately what I thought of.
I can see it happening already. Bro, zombies, is it night? Oh, that probably has something to do with it.
Yeah, it sure is. not for too much longer. Yeah, the area I was working for a while, it seemed like I was going pretty unimpeded, but then they just started piling up. Oh no, a spider jockey.
What?
Whatever will I do? It's a skeleton on top of a spider.
Oh, I've seen those guys. Yeah. I feel like I've made a mistake. What did I do wrong here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's probably the one. God, my OCD is not good for this game. Like, I gotta get it like pixel perfect, dude.
I feel like that's an issue I sometimes have with Satisfactory.
Satisfactory seems like the kind of game that you would run into that problem too.
Yeah, because like I always want to do like the conveyor belts at like, you know, nice neat angles and stuff like that. And it's like if it's not, it's like I gotta redo it.
This is ruined, unacceptable.
Exactly.
My boss is gonna fire me for this shoddy work.
Yeah.
I've already made a mistake. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. Have I? Maybe. Gosh, who would have thought making curves in a racetrack would be so difficult? Hot pocket. How close was I?
It's probably a pizza.
Man, you love pizza. Well, I guess who doesn't like pizza? I remember this one time I had this craving for, this was like years ago because I don't eat trash food, but no offense. Or at least, you know, that's a lie. I eat junk food sometimes. But what is it? What was I getting at? Oh, I had this really big craving for bagel bites. I was like, man, I haven't had bagel bites since I was a kid. And my mom has the weirdest habits when it comes to buying like frozen junk food. Like if there's a coupon, there's a good chance she'll buy it. If there's no coupon, which you know, American frozen junk food never had coupons. I guess they do have coupons, but you know, she was too good for that, maybe. Who knows? But I feel like the only time I had bagel bites was like once in my life, maybe twice. And it was just because, oh, it was on sale, so we bought 2 boxes or whatever the bullshit excuse, right? But yeah, I remember like being an adult, and back when I was with this girl who just had the worst habits. I'm pretty sure we bought some bagel bites, and I'm like, I don't remember these being so like pasty and just like doughy and gross, man. I was so sad. Totino's pizza rolls. I don't know if I've had those. I usually don't like get, again, like frozen foods very often, if at all. So I think my guilty pleasure once upon a time for frozen foods was frozen like hot wings or barbecue wings. Yeah.
I grew up on a lot of like frozen foods like that, pizza rolls and hot pockets, and
I mean, it's
whatnot.
super common. I remember going to friends' houses, and it's like, oh yeah, what do you want? We got snacks, and it's just like all of that stuff. You want a toaster strudel? What's a fucking toaster strudel? No, that's called a Pop-Tart. No, this is better because it has that glazed jizz on top of it, you know?
But really though.
But really though. Yeah. Yeah. But I've talked about this somewhere. I swear, man, I don't know if it's just the illusion of when you're younger and it's like, oh, this is incredible. What is this like delicacy? It's so good. And then having it years later, it's just like, this is weird, man. Like, is that bread? No way. Never cooked all the way through. It's interesting. I still have like a soft spot for like frozen burritos because my dad would always buy frozen burritos. So I grew up with a decent number of frozen burritos, but there's always that fucking part of the burrito that's not cooked at all.
Yeah. I I would get that stuff a lot, but like when I was younger, it was always just throw it in a microwave and hope for the best.
Mm-hmm.
But then like I never stopped getting that stuff.
I mean, it's easy, right? I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's easy. You buy it. It lasts forever. That's an issue I have. It's like, man, trying to prep for just one person. I if I don't eat it like the day after, it'll sit there for a week and spoil. Whereas frozen food, it lasts indefinitely. Not true, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well.
It may as well, yeah. By the time it even gets remotely close to going bad, you probably ate it already. Whereas food I cook, it's just like you got to eat it in the next 4 days, otherwise it might start changing color on you.
Yeah.
Man, we really did collect a lot of ice, didn't we? Got almost 2 boxes full.
This shovel's running low.
Soul, you're late. You were supposed to be online over an hour ago when stream starts. You can't be coming in here being like Steam Element Bot is running, please. We're an hour in, bro. How about next time you try a hi Dragon, you dumbass? That'll give me a reason to ban you. YouTube doesn't take kindly to your language. I don't know what I'm getting at.
There goes Dregn again, just with his deep ingrained need to badmouth people.
I'm sorry. I grew up around people like this, okay?
Is there fake ice? Dude, that's a good question. Is there something that would be a good like obstacle that would slow people down? It's like anything that isn't ice, I'm pretty sure will, but something that blends in would be really good for that.
To slow players down. You mean for the racetrack, or you mean for?
Yeah, for the racetrack. I was just.
I think
spying on your chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, bro. Earlier when Meg said something, it's like, oh, she must be over there too. And then you did it again. I'm like, wait, no, you're quoting exact. So I think the fake ice to slow people is just gonna be non-ice. Yeah. So maybe there's some kind of blue tile that's not ice that we can put in a few spots to just throw people off.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my god.
There's definitely a lot of options because they've added a lot more stuff for like coloring different types of blocks and stuff. So
true. Yeah, like there must be like
something good.
It's probably like a blue cotton or something. Or wait, what happens to a boat if it falls in water? No, the water has to be one tile above the ice, right? Otherwise, you'll get stuck in the water. No idea.
Yeah,
maybe.
One tile above or get stuck in the water.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking, right? So we got the big curve at the end to the finish. Starting from the start, right? We go to the start, we rise up, and then there's going to probably be a turn after the rise, maybe even a U-turn just to trick people or trap people to potentially fall off. But after it straightens out, it'll be a straight away from the top. And if they fall, there'll be a big like ice rink that they'll have to traverse to get to where you would take the shortcut if you stayed up top. Does that sound good? That probably sounds good. Yeah, just nod and smile. Let's go.
If you want to be especially spicy, you can do like a double hairpin turn.
Double hairpin, yeah, we could totally do that.
Just really screw them over.
Yeah, because you know what, the top
you'll be going quick.
Oh, I've noticed. Yeah,
quick, so.
you're flying up here, man. Jeez, this reverse waterfall just blasts you up, doesn't it? It's crazy.
Sure does.
Who the fuck put bumpers up here? We're not putting bumpers up here.
I imagine the original design, the idea might have been to have walls around it or something. I don't know, but at least having some parts where you can fall off. I mean, Gotta have some challenge. Come on.
I think this is natural, but as if you're watching as the stream catches up, this wasn't dug out, right? This was natural.
Yeah, I think that's all natural
Okay.
formation.
I hope they're not planning to. As cool as it would be to like go into a tunnel, that'd be pretty badass actually. But we don't have like downward ice slopes, right? It's just block by block.
Yeah, pretty much. I think. Shoot, man. If
Like, can you make like a
do,
downward staircase? Like, would that work?
I don't think you can with ice.
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
Unless you get mods, in which case anything can happen.
What are mods? Not me. I don't know.
I feel like maybe they had some idea of like going super crazy with it and having it being like a super long track, but if nothing else, shoot, you know what? If nothing else, if you had something where there could be an offshoot track, it could be just like we put up barricades and open up a different path and use the same starting point.
That's a good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, you know what? We could always extend it as a straightaway, and then it goes kind of sort of into the mountain that's between the track and your little tower. There's potential there. I see it.
Yeah.
And then we could have it like stick out of the ground here, go back into the ground, and then pop out on the other side. Yeah. We're gonna need a lot more ice to do that, though.
Yeah. We got what felt like a decent amount. I mean, I barely helped, but
I mean, I guess we'll find out here once I'm done. How much is left?
The blocks add up real quick, no matter what you're doing.
I can imagine. Gotta say, I've only like gone through maybe half a box, maybe a third of a box, so it's lasted me a while. Oh my god, how do I jump? Jeez. It was.
You could be some sort of crazy person and turn on the auto jump feature.
Why is that even on by default?
Who knows, man? The thing is, it was something that was added at some point too. So it wasn't even like a core element of the game originally.
Oh, was it? Oh, I know exactly why that's there. It's for the mobile.
Yeah, that's it. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, it's just like for whatever reason, it's on by default on all platforms.
Yep. Because I bet you they hit a point where they're just like, you know, let's just develop it for the shittiest platform that we have, which is probably the mobile device, and then everything else will be perfect. That would be my guess. That would be my guess.
Yeah. I think mobile, like Minecraft Mobile, really kicked off super crazy, which blows my mind. Because
here's the crazy fun fact: is a lot of people don't realize in vast parts of the lesser developed countries, mobile is the only gaming platform.
Yeah,
you know, people don't have fucking next gen PCs to be playing, you know, games on. That's why PUBG Mobile or a lot of like the mobile China games are so big. It's because their audience is primarily just like that's all they got.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
What they need to figure out though, right? Like they'll make like a Call of Duty mobile, but like if you can do that, make one that runs well on my PC. Like why are the minimum specs for the PC version? Like why can't you just like make that magic happen?
That's because people are spoiled. They're so used to Call of Duty like being on like the
game
bleeding
looks like
edge.
trash. Come on.
Yeah, let me play. Let me crush some noobs. Come on.
I just wanna.
I just want to ruin this third grader's day, please.
I want to scream at some stranger on the internet because he shot me.
Yep.
No, what blows my mind, I was actually playing the Warzone one with some of the guys from some of the guys I would play Hunt with, and there's a bunch of people who play those games with like an open mic, and it blows my mind. It's like part of it is I'm used to hunt more,
Mhm.
where there's some element of discretion in how you approach things. But I mean, I feel like you even run into people in hunt who run around with their mic open. But there's some elements in Call of Duty where I've seen people like, maybe they're just doing whatever, but maybe they're also using it as a strategy where they're just blaring some sort of music to where you cannot hear the game world around you.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
bannable though. I hate those people. You're just
I
open mic blaring music, right? Like playing mariachi, something
yeah,
obnoxious, trying to put you on tilt.
yeah. I I did kind of cash in on someone doing that though, because I approached them, immediately turned off voice chat, and then there was someone else who maybe they just weren't super aware, or maybe they were being distracted by the blaring music in their ears.
Yeah,
But I definitely got some easy kills in that
nice.
situation.
Well, so a lot of people. There's actually. I mean, I used to do this before. I don't know when I stopped doing it. I really should just play games without headsets on, because I know plenty of people who you'll play music in the background while you're playing the game, right? And hell, you might be
Mm.
wearing a headset for the game and still be blasting music in the background. It's blasting because you're wearing a headset, so you want to hear it. Who knows what the reason is? But
Yeah.
yeah, to each their own. Good music's good music, but when you use it and you're using it to troll people, fuck you guys.
Yeah. The one that I can't understand is when people are just like, I think it's partially at least because they're playing with like randoms, and so they're
Sure.
using it to communicate with each other. But like, completely lose out on any opportunity for uh, getting an ambush on people, because like
Oh, there's open
I hear
mic in it,
from
yeah.
down the block,
Yeah, yeah, that
and then
happens.
me and these guys are in Discord, so it's like, hey, you hear those guys up ahead?
Yep.
Let's go fucking get them.
Let's go get him, exactly. I feel like this block was a mistake. That's what I told my first block. I don't know what I'm getting at with that, but it hurt me. Man, I think about Hunt on occasion because I put so many hours into that when I started streaming, and and I know it's like a part of it is just you just play it because the game is supposed to be good, but I I don't know if I can play first person shooters anymore. Like as much as it's like my favorite genre, the cheating epidemic going on in the FPS world is just I can't like trust the game, and it feels bad, man. Bro.
Yeah, I get that. For Hunt and stuff, like I I don't know, they it feels like when I started, right? There was like a good quarter of a year where there was like nothing special going on really
Yeah.
with the game. And then they did like a big event.
Oh yeah,
And
no, that's exactly
then
what happened. Hunt got popular around the time you started playing.
yeah, and then there was another event pretty much immediately on the tail of that one.
Yep.
And then there was another gap, and like a relatively short gap. And then there was a bunch of like Twitch things and small events, and then a big event. As like halfway through the Devil's Moon, I just kind of checked out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it definitely is one of my favorite FPSs out there. But man, it's like I've put enough hours in that game to have noticed when people are cheating on my team. It's like, bro,
Mm.
why are you crouching? And then he gets 3 kills. It's like, ah! Or I'm dead and I'm spectating and I'm just watching him in a building, like looking at something, and he has like a sniper, long ammo sniper, and he shoots them through the wood. It's like, how did you even know? No, it's like this is clearly what do they call it? EPS? What was the term for that hacking bullshit? That the radar hacks and all that stuff. I think it was it EPS? EPS
I have
hacks.
no idea.
ESP hacks. That's the one. which
Oh.
ESP is extra sensory stuff. So it's like tracking, the model and using the network data, so you can't really like trace it. It's plaguing like every FPS game right now. Tarkov is
Yeah.
just as much as I want to enjoy Tarkov and go back to Tarkov, like I won't touch Tarkov. There's been videos about it that came out recently where it's like in every game you're expected to run into at least 2 cheaters, which that is an insane statistic if I've got that right. Regardless, it's like over
Yeah.
50% of games you're gonna bump into a cheater, which is just unacceptable.
Yeah, that's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah. What are we
I remember
building?
when
I'll answer him later.
I was say I remember when I got into like when I first started playing like Call of Duty games, because I don't play them a ton, but I played the Modern Warfare games, like the original ones, sometime after they had come out, and I was like, okay, I know I'm not super into like the CQB style of Call of Duty in the way that they do it.
Yeah.
But I gave it a shot, and just immediately it's like a lobby just full of hackers. It's like, I guess at this point, like you're just all hacking to keep up with each other, because otherwise, like, there's no point to play. But
Yeah,
that
you gotta
at
wonder.
the time was a game that was, it was already an old game by that point. So, like they had moved on to other,
Greener pastures.
15 or 16 Call of Duties later by the time I was playing that. I don't know actually how old it was. I know it was like significantly beyond its prime though. Like it wasn't actively being supported anymore.
Sure. A quick question: do skeletons not burn in the sun?
They should, unless they're under something that is.
Oh, okay. They're under what I'm building.
Yeah. I'll get you. Man, I had something crazy happen last week. I was being jumped by a drowned. And he was chucking tridents, as they do on occasion.
As
and
they do.
I actually got a trident drop from him.
Oh hell yeah!
Which I think is a rare drop. So I just immediately threw it in the chest.
Oh shit! I'm falling. My favorite part in this game is falling.
Yeah, that's what the game is about.
Yeah, but see, guys, I'm Fall Guy champion.
That's why they say always dig down. Can never go wrong.
They absolutely don't say that. I know enough about Minecraft to know you're full of shit.
8% chance to drop on the tridents, I guess.
Yeah, so I know Neff has one because she made a big deal about getting that drop. So yeah, I guess you have the second. I don't know if anyone else had. It wouldn't surprise me if Nova Swarm had at least one or two.
I've probably got a chest full of them. These guys are
slacking
masters of Minecraft.
Oh, yeah, they have a full chest. Yeah, so Kilvin, this is a racetrack that we started casually with the group like 2 months ago, and then holidays hit, and was it before the holidays? I don't remember. Maybe it was after. But yeah, we only did like they only did the first bit and the waterfall here to get you up, and then I'm working on. Who knows? Depending on how long I go, maybe I'll get one level of this done. I'm actually getting pretty close.
I've been updated on the trident situation. Apparently 15% of drones spawn with them, and only 6.25% of that 15% drop them.
So it's actually pretty low.
It's like a tiny drop rate.
Okay.
And consult the wizards and see what enchantments I need to put on this thing to make it worthwhile. Because I think there's one there's something you can put on it to make it like come back to you or something.
Yeah, you definitely got to get that one.
I think like that and mending goes without saying. I feel like I just put that on everything.
Now, Neff is always hesitant about like bringing it with her, and I don't really know why. So yeah, you might want to maybe just ping everyone in the Minecraft chat or something.
Hmm.
Someone's
I
bound to
imagine
know.
it's just on the off chance that she dies and just can't get back to it or something,
Oh
because it is such
yeah,
a precious thing.
that could be it. That could be it. It's FOMO. No, it's not even FOMO. It's just take the L. I don't know.
It's a classic situation of
You done
well,
fucked
not
up,
exactly.
son.
For a second, my mind was like, it's like when people hoard all the potions. It's like, they
Yeah,
keep them in case they need them, but
yeah,
then never use them, because what if they need them later?
exactly. Which is a valid concern until you need it and you don't have it with you.
And I used to do that too, but I got to a certain point where like I'll play RPGs and stuff, and it's just I'll just use my stuff. Like if I've got it, I'll just start using it, because I know by the time the game ends, I'll probably have just an absurd number of whatever these consumable items are.
Mm-hmm. Which is the smart thing to do. Maybe save one for the boss, but outside of that, yeah, use them.
Yeah.
May as well. That's something I don't know. I feel like back when Final Fantasy 1 came out, there was no such thing as like this hoarding collector mechanics built into the game that makes you feel like you gotta save it because it's so rare, right? So that's just like a natural outcome of like gamers. It's so bad. And then I guarantee like some like data analyst looked at that. It's like, you know what? I bet you if you make content where it's like there's a chance of it, not coming back, like a rare item in a game that, you got to save because you might never get another one again. I bet they'd spend a lot of money on that stuff over time. We can call it FOMO.
Gross.
Let's see. So man, the making turns in the game takes it's going a lot. Takes a lot of space. How am I gonna do
Man.
this? Zigzag back, zigzag back. Oh, okay, I got it.
Thinking about older games, actually, just finished playing Metroid Fusion.
Ooh, Fusion, the GBA was it, or is it the newer one?
Yeah, the GBA one. They put it on the Switch. Like they've got like the virtual consoles or whatever.
Sure.
The like emulators for older
Yep.
stuff, and they just released Metroid Fusion on the GBA one like a week ago.
Okay.
And I played that game constantly when I was younger, because I got a GBA given to me as a wee lad, and then I had like, I only had a few games for it, so Metroid Fusion was one of them, and
it's a
I
good
was
one.
already super big into like Metroid, and then being that was the one that I had, I played it constantly.
I played that one. It was a good one. I remember enjoying it.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a little bummed out though because what is it? The Metroid Prime, right? 1 and 2 were they both GameCube, and then I think was it 3 was like the Wii and introduced like the fucking Wii controls, and by that point I was of the age where I was like, I think, working and everything, so I never got to like properly sit down and play 3, which is I think supposed to be the end of the trilogy, right?
They announced Metroid Prime 4
They
like
did.
5 years ago or something.
That they were working
kind
on
of
it.
the Nintendo way.
Yeah.
With their core games that aren't Mario.
Sure. Well, it'll be out when it's ready, guys.
They actually, I think maybe they've started seeing value in Metroid more recently.
Man, people love Metroid. I don't know who in their right mind would have said otherwise.
I think the main issue it had is that like it doesn't have the broad appeal that Mario does, because like Mario is for all ages, just kind of inherently with the character design and everything.
Yeah, I guess.
Whereas like Metroid, it's themed for more mature storylines and stuff generally.
Yeah, man, I swear Metroid is where people grew their attraction for strong, independent women. That's where it all started, guys. It was with Samus. That one pixelated helmet takeoff reveal.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Man, I don't think I even got 50% item collection on Fusion playing it this last time.
Well, you're playing it for the nostalgia and for the fun of it. Were you trying to do 100% completion?
No, not at all. But I was like, I used to play this game all the time. I'll probably know where to find a bunch of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not good at these kinds of games. That's the core problem. But yeah, like they did Metroid. I probably kind of starts with when they did the remake of Metroid 2 on the 3DS.
Oh, did they really? Oh, you're talking about the original.
On
the SNES one you said?
Not the SNES, the original like Game Boy one, Metroid 2. They made that for the 3DS a few years ago, I think.
Okay.
I mean, more than a few years ago. It was maybe early into the Switch lifespan.
Back when everyone and their mother was doing remakes.
Yeah. But then the people who did Metroid Dread.
How was that one? Did you play it?
It was good. I liked it. It was very much felt like playing, the classic 2D games, just shinier. So yeah, they did the remake of Metroid 2, and then they did Metroid Dread, which was like the first new entry in the series for quite a while. And then after that, they've had the Prime remake, and that did incredibly well, it seems like.
Yeah, I would hope so.
And enough for them to, I think someone might have said that they're doing 2 and 3. Like, I think that might have been confirmed. I could be wrong.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's so easy to do remakes. I mean, maybe easy is not the right word, but you guys all know what I mean.
Yeah, but yeah. So like, I feel like it's one of the most Metroid dense. This skeleton is gonna die.
Oh. It's like Metroid S skeleton. What?
I was trying to put some blocks in, and these skeletons were just fucking trolling me, keeping me from putting it where I needed it.
It's nighttime again.
Yeah, but yeah, it seems like they might be investing more in Metroid as a whole, just on the density of stuff that they've put out for the IP lately.
Yeah. Man, you guys remember making fun? Maybe not you guys, but somebody giving me shit, talking about how sci-fi's coming back, and then Armored Core is announced, and Metroid. I'm hearing is coming back, sort of, kind of. I'm sure there were other games.
Armored Core would be an interesting one to see, because last time I played an Armored Core game, I was too young to understand how to play an Armored Core game.
Yeah, Armored Core is something else. Although I don't know if Meg's still floating around, but I think I prefer the slower mech warrior, like tank battle of a mech, over the anime super speed Armored Core fighting styles, but that's personal preference.
Shoot, there was a game I had on the Xbox.
Armored Assault?
It might have been Mech Assault.
Mech Assault, that's the one. Yeah, it wasn't Armored Assault. It was like a spin-off of Mech Warrior. It was interesting. My cousin had that game.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was this one for sure, but the the one I'm thinking of had a feature I really liked where you could exit the mechs during a match, but then you could potentially like get into other mechs and stuff.
I want to say it's the one you're thinking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. I looked up and the cover looked familiar, so I think it is that one. I just really thought that was like a neat way to do it, because like all the other mech games that I had any experience with, it's just you have whatever either you have, you know, assembled or chosen from a list, and that's just kind of it.
Thinking
but
about
being
it,
able to like
I want
hot swap during a match.
Yeah, I want to say actually there was a Mech Warrior game. I don't remember if it was Mech Warrior 3 or if it was like a custom like modded community, but they did have like an option where you could get out of the mech and you had like a little powered armor suit that you could harass. You'd be a little mosquito, right, going up against the mechs, but you know, they leave you alone for long enough and they'll still potentially mess you up over time.
Yeah.
The hell was that? Was that lightning? Oh, hey guy. Turning around, and what's the tall boy called?
Enderman.
Oh, I'm getting attacked by our Oh, actually, I got no fucking health. Hold up.
You get jumped by the
phantoms.
The phantoms
yeah,
as well.
I'm gonna head to the bed.
They'll get you.
Oh, get.
Try
Get to a
not
bed.
to die.
Are you at a bed?
I'm close.
Can you get to one? Let me know when you're at one. I'm gonna keep running because I got 2 health bars. Can I do
Just
it?
give me 1 second. Okay. Now.
Don't hit me, you bitch! You bitch! Right, we're alive. We're alive. Man, the food, man, they're not healing me. Come on. This food, it does nothing. Actually, does raw chicken or cooked chicken? Does cooked chicken not heal you? Because the bread healed me a ton, or the potato healed me a ton.
As long as your food bar is full, you'll start healing.
Oh, it has to be full. Is it like overhealing?
It kind of, yeah. Like I think there's an invisible bar basically that when you eat, that bar will fill up, and then that will slowly be consumed to fill your health.
Yeah, but you have to be missing food to do it, it seems.
Depends on the saturation of the food. I think that relates to that.
Interesting.
Kind of hidden stat, which if you play certain varieties of modded Minecraft, it's not hidden anymore.
Sure. Okay.
Golden carrots and steak are the best for saturation.
Golden carrots and steak?
What I'm hearing is
how do we have
need
a barbecue?
to set up a factory farm.
Oh, that works too.
Like we actually have like a bunch of like animals and stuff. It's just it's the potatoes and stuff are so much easier because it's just so passive.
Sure. Easy to make, easy to collect. I mean, Nova Swarm has a full-on factory farm.
Yeah, that's true.
They even have baked goods.
I think they got it for everything.
Yeah.
Chickens and cows and all that.
Yeah, I even got a little bunt cake or something from them. It was, did I even eat it? I don't even know. Can I make it? Oh, god damn it! Come on. I swear I can make this. This one's closer. Yeah, let's go. Oh, you know what? I never put music on. Oh well, it's fine. We've been chatting away.
There are times where like I'll be playing this solo and just kind of working on building a thing. And it's just, I was just like, man, I wish I could make the music happen more frequently.
Yeah, the music in this game is pretty bad. I don't know why games are made with dead silence in their BGM looping.
Yeah. This is, in fact, just a random zombie pigman. I don't know how he got here, but I saw him. He's just been hanging out on the path to the grove. I think he must have come out of a portal that we have near the grove once upon a time and just walked over here.
That sounds likely, yeah.
But like, he's so far away from where any portal is at this point.
He's going on an adventure, man. You can't, you know, leave the pig be.
Oh, apparently if a pig gets struck by lightning, they become zombie pigmen as well, so that could be.
Huh. It's smited by God's wrath. This will go straight.
I need to get a netherite shovel one of these times.
Netherite shovel. Is all your nether right now?
No, just the axe.
Okay.
I think Neff and some of the others were actually like farming netherite for gear, but I figure I can get the diamond stuff basically for free, so it does the job pretty well. I figure.
Are you getting diamond stuff?
Nova Swarm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's just
my
block commerce,
Nova
you know?
Swarm branded diamond equipment.
Diamonds, the original blockchain. Not quite. Almost. There's something to it.
Something like that.
Something like that. Alright, how do I make this part straight now? Is it possible to make a jump?
What is this path? This path is the path to Atlan Grove, to the Grove, as some might call it. It is
Yeah. Whereas our three-eyed friends would
technically
call
the
it...
only one that we have that's established and not just a natural occurrence.
Our three-eyed
It's
friends
so
would call
patchy
it the
because
Grove.
there you go. It's so patchy because I started like doing the full width path, and then I got up to this point on the hill and just decided I was going to just figure out where the path is before I actually make it properly.
Yeah, you didn't really plan anything out with torches like Rachel does, huh? Nobody really does it like Rachel does now that I think about it, but
I'll do it to some degree if I'm working on like a structure in a single place, but like for like this, like it goes for a good stretch of terrain. I don't want to put down that many torches very like specifically. I'd rather just kind of wing it for something like this.
Wing it? Never heard of it.
Let's see. So from there, it's mostly going to just kind of be a straight angle this way.
Let's see. So what happens here now?
And then up there.
What happens if someone takes their boat and falls off? Does that mean they are disqualified? No, they have to run out, they have to break it apart, they have to bring it to the closest area that they can. That's probably the way to do it. I'm so bad at this game. Ooh, you know what would piss some people off? A zigzag. Let's make a zigzag.
A zigzag. That's pretty clear. This tree. Calm down. This tree may get to live.
The trees, you're deciding their fate.
I think I'm gonna need to figure out how this angle is gonna go before I decide what happens to the tree.
I'm trying to figure out where this double hairpin's gonna go. I think zigzag, twist. Yeah, that'll be all right. That'll be basically a double hairpin. Right, as of course, exactly. I agree.
You got it.
Okay, and then what's a movie you watch frequently, dude? Do you watch movies frequently?
Not really. I usually I'm usually late to movies, and then
How are you late to movies? What about the credits? The pre-show. The popcorn.
For a while I would watch like all the like Kevin Smith movies because they were all I had. And
sure.
I was in a spot without like, so I was going to school, and on the school campus in our dorms, no internet.
Dorms, no internet. What the hell?
We could connect, but like the connection was so trash that we just couldn't actually do anything.
Wow.
So I had to rely on like what I had already for entertainment, which was just a lot of Kevin Smith movies.
Damn, that blows, dude. What the hell? That makes me depressed. I didn't even go to that school. Man,
it was
stuck in a dorm and your internet's just absolute horse trash.
Yeah, so usually the entertainment there would be I would actually like go places and socialize like a human being.
Oh, nice.
It was also a bigger city, so there was more opportunity, but also it was a terrifying city because it was too much.
Which city is too much?
Probably a lot of them, but specifically.
Is it a secret?
No, not really. I was trying to. I was like, is this something? Is this okay to talk about? It is. It was Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
The city that got popular because of all the movies going there to shoot in the desert. But it's just it's too big of a city, and there's so much just horrible like there's so much like crime and stuff going on there. It's like on the weekends I would go to my uncle's place because he lived down there. That's the whole reason I went to school there, because he told me about the school.
Sure.
So I'd go to his place in the suburbs on the weekends.
Cool.
And he would always have the TV on. Just TV was on 24/7.
Yep.
And he would usually have it on to whatever news. As just like 90% chance I would walk into his place and there's just some anchor talking about someone who just like
died,
got shot or stabbed or who knows what else. It's like, man, there was one that stuck with me. It's like that person wasn't even involved in nothing. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's like, that sucks, dude.
What did I
There's
do to
no way I'm
deserve
staying
this?
here.
Absolutely nothing.
I left after not even a semester.
Ooh.
It's like, this isn't worth it. It was a super low cost of living being at that school.
I wonder why. Because there's a risk of dying.
I mean, people would go there and they would like it was subsidized for Native Americans going to school. So you would pay like tuition for a semester would be like 300 and something bucks.
Oh wow, that's huge.
And people would get a grant usually for like $1,000. So they were making money going to school.
What? Actually, no, I've heard of some people doing that. Yeah, you get more than you actually need to spend a month, right? So
yeah, and if you get it in grants, you don't have to worry about paying it back or anything. So that's what people going to that school would usually do. And it's like, sounds great, you know, I have a place to stay, I get 3 meals a day, I get the education. Dude, chill.
He's freaking out, isn't he? Yeah. What you want?
Come here. Of course he's not gonna. But yeah, it's just like it is cool hanging out with people there and having all that stuff taken care of. Didn't have to worry about anything except for my life.
Yeah, but it's whatever,
It after not even a semester, I was like, this isn't worth it enough for me.
Well, fun. My brain is partially distracted because I'm connecting. What if the cat meowing at you like that just translates to bitch the entire time? The cat just there like, hey, bitch. Why do I do this to myself?
The problem is,
I might be right.
My
my
sister.
Yeah.
A lot of times she'll have her bedroom door open. If it ever closes, that's when he gets like this. It's like, I want in that room.
How dare you block access to my feline supremacy?
Because he doesn't approach me and start screaming. He's just wandering around going about his business like normal, but also screaming.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, this door, it's closed. Did you see it? It's closed. Hey, the door.
But also, his capability of screaming is kind of how he got our attention in the first place. He was a stray, so he was outside a window just screaming so loud that I could hear him with my headphones on through a closed window, through a closed door.
Dang. And now he gets to do it indoors.
And he's only grown more powerful since.
Was it still small like a kitten, or is it getting big?
He's getting pretty big.
Yeah. Kitten phase doesn't last long.
He sure didn't. I mean, 2 or 3 months probably.
Oh, you're cutting out. What happened?
Oh, has my network decided it's going to be dumb?
I think you're back. It was just that little brief moment, maybe.
But yeah, he was super young when we took him in, so he was pretty tiny. Now he's trying to jump up on my monitor.
As they do.
I don't understand why he wants to go up there. Like, there's not a spot for him to reasonably stand. He can only go up there because he's a fucking cat acrobat.
Proficiency in
I did see a notification on Streamlabs when you said I was cutting out, so it's probably just a network hiccup.
Network hiccup. My network got the burps. Whoa.
Up on the TV he goes. Oh, so what I use for a monitor is a TV.
Yep.
And it's got an attachment for the base, just a single point in the center. So when he jumps up on it like that, it gets real wobbly. It's like one of these days, this whole thing is just good. It's going to snap in the middle, and the whole thing's going to come crashing down.
Well, you got to be on your toes.
That's why usually I'll just go on defense mode to stop him from jumping up there. But that time he jumped up from behind it, so I couldn't even see him.
He's learning.
Yeah.
I've made a mistake in my dimensions here, but oh well. Oh well. This is fine. It'll be like a one little thin spot. It'll be fine. It's part of the.
He did his one jump, and now he's chilled out.
Really? Dang, he's like, oh, that was dangerous. I got my adrenaline fixed for the day. Caught my proverbial mice. It's all good.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is probably
fine. I don't know what made me think of it just now, but there was the mention of isometric games earlier, and Diablo 4 is coming out soon. They're doing like an open beta or closed the fucking buy-in beta.
4. Oh, that's right. 4 is
weekend.
Not immortal.
Yeah. So they've got like a proper new entry coming up. I think the actual release is next month, but they're doing like 2 weekends this month.
Huh.
It's this weekend and next, so that'll be interesting to check out.
Yeah.
I occasionally pop into Diablo 3 still.
I heard people enjoyed Diablo 3 for the most part.
Yeah, I think the main issue people had with it was people who wanted more of Diablo 2, basically.
Right.
And 3 was a bit of a departure from 2's style a little bit. But it looks like 4 is queued up to be very much leaning on the more grim vibes that 2 had, whereas 3 was much more like a heroic story set in a dark world.
I vaguely feel like I've heard there came a point in Diablo 3 where it kind of just loses its replayability. Like you've kind of done it, you've seen it, you've played the characters, and like what now? I don't know if that's entirely true.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like I remember in Diablo 2, I never really got into either of them. Blizzard wasn't really my shtick or whatever, but Diablo 2 from the people who played it a lot that I know, I don't know, it's like they always made it seem like it was just like infinitely replayable. Or maybe it's because there was like a live market, and I don't know, people just did a lot in it. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I think it was very much like community supported in ways that 3 wasn't. Because you kind of did have like a community market thing going on, I'm pretty sure. I have buddies who are definitely much more into 2 than I ever got into. I was kind of late to the game. But they also did like the seasonal ladder with 2, which they kind of took a while before they did any recurring content like that for 3. But yeah, like the base game with 3, it's like once you've played through the story, It wasn't until they did the DLC where they added a whole different gameplay mode where it was more just kind of like a little bit more arcadey feeling, where you just kind of go in and you go on these little mini tasks instead of following a story.
Okay, yeah.
And so that added like a new experience for a while. And then they started doing like seasons eventually.
Oh, they went the season route. Yeah, I probably killed the game.
I think that was like the last big thing that they did for it, was adding seasons to it.
Oh, it was the last thing. So what? An attempt to keep people playing then?
I think so, yeah. Because like it was probably like too little, too late, from what I remember of how the game kind of progressed. Because like they waited a while before they would add any actual like big content, because they were doing releases for Diablo 3 kind of like they would for their games classically, where they just, you've got the game and then there would be an expansion pack eventually. Sure.
If I'm not mistaken, it was also around the time there was a bit of turmoil and some people in the company were leaving too, right? Because I guess it depends what year we're talking about. I don't really know the timeline.
I feel like Blizzard has definitely had at least a few moments over the course of their time as a game company, where they've had situations like that where it's like, oh, this thing is going on and it doesn't look too good for us. But
yeah, a lot of game companies go through that now. It's like common practice these days. You're not a proper AAA game development production organization if you don't have drama. What do you mean? I can't help it. I'm so sad about the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Not even gaming industry, it's a gaming business. But what are you gonna do? Times change.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a funny little deal. Ah, man, I wonder if I should try making one of these too. But have you seen these YouTube videos where it is like the president's playing D&D? It's like AI generated artwork and AI assisted voices, but it's like Biden, Obama playing D&D and with Trump.
Yeah, I haven't seen it directly. I've seen like clips of it through other like YouTubers and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It is wild. It can be really, really funny sometimes.
Yeah, I tried recreating it on my own time, but it's like they must be. I'm wondering what they're using to pull that off, or if they have someone talking, but they just have a voice changer that's AI assisted. Because the scripts that they're using are feel like they're not entirely AI generated. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of like someone's behind the script in a non. I don't know. Having tried to recreate it with the tools that I have access to, it seems like it is much more involved than they make it seem like it is.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought it was fun. Thought it was a good idea. Very, very. A lot of people are enjoying them. It seems, which is. Yeah, I'm not going to get into AI stuff right now. Actually, I'm so tired talking about it. Goddamn VTubing community! Like, you guys don't understand how prominent this shit's going to be. It's already happening. No one wants to pay attention to it, or people paying attention to it, but no one wants to take it seriously.
I saw a post on the Metal Gear subreddit. I don't like actively frequent, but it's like, I like those games, I'll follow that subreddit.
Sure.
But someone was like, with how AI is kicking off so much and everything, do you think it's like, what do you think like this group or that group is really going to be doing with it, and do you think it'll be anything like Metal Gear? Like super deep, like worldwide conspiracy type stuff. Is like, I don't think. Well, first of all, I don't think they need AIs for that. If anyone wanted to have something like that, if anyone does have a situation like that, I'm not in the know, but I don't think they need AI to do it.
No, they definitely don't.
Um, and I a big part of like the Metal Gear situation is like the AI were at kind of the at the core of it all, right? Like they were the ones controlling everything, so there wasn't like at a certain point there wasn't even people involved.
Yep.
And I feel like people like being involved when they're in places of power. At least enough where they can, they don't end up being the target of whatever conspiracy or control that would be in any given situation like that. So I was like, I don't, like maybe, but I don't know if that's kind of the way that it would actually realistically go.
Yeah, it's definitely not as doomsday as people expect it to be, but it's definitely going to be incredibly powerful, and there's definitely going to be more competition because of it, right? In places that people don't want to see competition. But that also just means you got to be a bit more diligent with and aware that certain jobs and businesses are going to use it different. I mean, hell, just look at YouTube. YouTube's a good example of seeing how these tools are being used. Like, I see a lot of like these movie recap channels popping up, which are a great idea.
Oh,
for
yeah.
one, but also so many of those are clearly like written or voiced by not a person. Clearly not a person. So yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm trying to figure out a way to use it for some good reasons, but it is it's an interesting ecosystem.
Kind of going back to when you were asking about movies, that kind of a thing occasionally is how I end up watching movies, because like either it'll be something like that where it'll be like a 10-minute like recap of a movie, or it's just YouTube is like, hey, here's 5,000 clips from this one specific movie. It's like, okay, fine, YouTube, I'll watch the movie. Damn.
Yeah, calm down.
But like that kind of a thing is how I've ended up like it's what's instigated me watching the last handful of movies that I've actually watched.
It does. Those channels do make me wonder though, because clearly it's being read by a machine, not a person. Or if it is being read by a person, they're doing a horrible job, because it sounds robotic as hell depending on what tool they're using. I recognize a couple of them, but the what I wonder about is, I wonder if if this trend continues, not just for like the recap stuff, but just like the way AI translates or AI speeches is done, right? And like mispronunciations, like broken sentences. I wonder if the people watching it over time, their vocabulary, like mine's already pretty horseshit, but it's like, man, people are gonna start talking funny. They already talk funny. Who am I kidding? They're already using lingo that I'm just like, are you good? Do you...
What I think keeps my vocabulary trained is constantly looking at thesaurus stuff for D&D.
There you go. Yeah, I bet you're a whole well of similar sounding, similar meaning words.
I was like, I need this guy to say this in a way that doesn't sound like me. What are some new words? I actually I was kind of struggling for a little bit for something that I was having a pixie character in one of my games. Do a whole thing with the party, and so I was like, you know what? This is some weird face shit. We're gonna get some excessive alliteration in here.
Oh boy.
So I was stuck in a thesaurus, a digital thesaurus anyway.
I got you.
For a while doing that. But the best thing that came of it is I actually reached out to Jamie to record it. And so Jamie was a guest appearance in one of my campaigns.
Oh, hell yeah. How fun is that? Was that it?
Sort of. I mean, shoot, man.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't sure if there was more to the story, or
I was
if
like,
that was the punchline, or
so often I'll start talking about stuff and then like I ramble so bad. It's like, what was my point again?
dude, you're not the only one. Please, you've seen me do enough. I know exactly what that feeling is like. It's just a scatterbrain.
But yeah, I have been wanting to do that more.
It's fun, right?
Like
I
reaching
mean,
out to people and
even just
getting
doing
other
voice
people.
lines. Yeah.
Yeah, because like so often you have like NPCs that'll show up like once, right?
Yeah, or you just need like one voice line to like set the mood. That's all you need.
Yeah, and like the idea, like I'm in contact with so many people now that it's like it'd be so easy for me to be like, hey, could you just like
Record a one-liner
down
for
to
me?
record this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
like a little introduction for this character.
Man, we really need to soon.
Yeah, I think I know kind of where you're going with that. It's the start of the year kind of kicked off real busy for a lot of people. I know for me, I was scrambling a little bit. That's why I stopped streaming for a bit.
Yeah, start of the year, new goals, new things to do, new changes, all that goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, you know, right before all that is holiday time, right? So yeah. I get it. Can't really do much about that, but God, it would be a good time. That's something I've talked to you, I think, a little bit more offline. It's like, man, there's so many people online like doing their own thing, and I get everyone has like good intentions, and you know, parts of the VTubing community are better than others. No offense to anybody out there, but you know, it's true. I'm getting attacked. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, I don't know why it's so difficult to try to, I don't know, think of like a collaborative project to work on. It turned out to be way more difficult than I ever imagined.
Bro.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's something lacking on my end, but I feel like it shouldn't be.
I've only tried like a few things in like the VTuber space with like larger scale like collab type stuff, but
yeah.
I recognize a lot of the same issues that I perceive having, at least when trying to get people together to play
D&D
and stuff.
Yeah.
Where like sometimes like I'd reach out to people to start a new campaign and people voice a lot of interest and then
you just don't hear from them again.
Never hear from people again.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that happens with some of this stuff too. Like it seems like it's the same.
It eats at me,
same
dude.
Types of issues.
It's rough. It's like, man, we could like if people just got together, you know. It's like, you know, I don't know. Is it a trust issue? Is it a incentives issue? Is it? But what about even things just like, you know, playing D&D? Like that's purely just recreational. What's the excuse there? You dumb lazy fucks. No offense. I don't know. I'm getting spicy. I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's like it seems like it should be a situation where like if I'm like, hey, or what I'm thinking about doing, like the big one that comes to mind is when I originally did Hope Falls. I was going to do it as a sort of a West merchant, a bunch of people, not necessarily a single group, but a bunch of people that end up their characters being part of this.
Yeah, overall
so,
bigger campaign, ongoing sandbox environment. Yeah, sounds like a fun idea.
So I had set it up for that, and then had a bunch of people who voiced interest and are like, yeah, absolutely, let's fucking go. And when I actually started, like 5 people actually were responding out of not much more, maybe 10 or less total people.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue being that those people that express interest, so I set up the campaign for that kind of a thing, and then ended up just having to retool it from that into just a normal kind of a situation. So it's like, I don't know. And
doing stuff with in the VTuber space too, it kind of feels the same situation. Like you are like, hey, you want to do this thing, and then maybe even get people together once to kind of talk about stuff, and then all of a sudden you're the only one still talking about it.
Yeah, which I get to some degree. You know, it's also making sure, you know, the people you want to try to work with have, you know, overlapping interests, right? Or they have, it's kind of like an impromptu partnership in a way, depending on what kind of scale you're talking about. How, because even in like a D&D campaign, I mean, if you're trying to run a campaign for like a year, right, that takes a certain degree of commitment, right? And maybe that's an issue people have, and I don't know if it's really something that gets thought about, or if it's just kind of passively. It's like, you know, it's like it's not me driving it, so I'm not as motivated to help drive it or be a passenger. I don't know. Hard to say. I know there's a lot of variables and motivations that go behind all these decisions, but at the same time, it kills me because, like, if a group of 6 people really got together and committed to like a thing to do together, like you could do some really cool stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's all, you know, one person needs to kind of steer the ship of their own ship, then, you know, you just got 6 ships trying to race to the finish together instead. So I don't know. Well, I guess part of it too is that's kind of why I refocused from HiVECORE, trying to build HiVECORE hardcore to trying to build this new dungeon core thing, partially because I think a part of it is also like incentives and values, and unless you prove that there is, you know, greener grass somewhere, or like you've found greener grass, like I think people don't really take you seriously. I don't know. Maybe that's just me though.
Yeah.
But I know even just for you and me, and we've talked about doing this kind of co-op GM thing. Maybe once I'm done with Dungeon Core, maybe as part of Dungeon Core, we can try something out. I'm also thinking maybe I should be the one to run the game, and if you're really interested, maybe I'll just have you be there as the co-GM initially and be a little test case, right? Kind of show how it would work between me, who's trying to voice that this is possible, because maybe once there's a working example, then it'll be way more approachable, right? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think about it a lot.
Be.
Think about it too much probably is more accurate. I'm also kind of zoning while I build, rambling as I do, as we all do, some more than others.
I had to go for the 3rd time in this stream. I had to go fix my shovel. So
get a bigger shovel.
Yeah.
You know what I do, depending on what you're doing. So I have 3 picks in my inventory that all have, or not my inventory, my backpack that all have mending on it. I guess I'm at a point where I don't, because, you know, I was underground digging like for months. but what I found is having one with mending in your offhand while you're shoveling with the main one might not be a bad idea if you're not doing that already.
Yeah.
Because you still get experience from digging enough, right? Or is it only from killing?
I think
I feel like you get a little bit of experience
ores
from...
might, or no, not ores, but like redstone and stuff. The ones you have to smelt, they give you XP when you smelt them, but the other ones they give it to you when you mine them up. So
yeah, so there's probably something you can get XP from. And if not, you know, at least you got backups.
Even just having a few ready to go, I would cut down on needing to do this.
Hey, where are you right now, by the way?
No, I'm at HiVECORE. I'm at Nova Swarm. HiVECORE.
And then when you come back, where are you going?
I'm probably going... Shoot, man, I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably going back onto the path to the Grove.
Rig is on. What time is it though? Man, I've only got like half an hour. This guy. You wanna, on your way back, you wanna detour towards the ice rink?
Yeah. Probably just be like another minute.
I'll take your time. I'm still placing blocks. It's not gonna be done yet. I'm probably gonna not be finishing it tonight. Maybe someone else will finish it. But I think the top layer I have done to a decent degree, so you know.
What I will say, kind of related to what we were talking about before, I think just stepping in and putting some work into that is going to be something like anyone jumps online, if they come by Spawn, they're going to see, I'd be like, oh, hey, stuff's happening.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think might help revitalize some interest in that particular project, at least. So I think it'd be really cool once we got a full track, getting a handful of people together to run it and see how it goes. All the enemies have stopped spawning. I guess my shovel is done enough.
Ooh, the holy shovel. Does ice melt over time? It doesn't, right? It'll be good. It'll be fine.
No, packed ice I don't think will ever have issues. Normal ice will melt, like it'll turn into water if it's too close to like torches and stuff. But I think packed ice specifically, like that's the reason we got packed ice instead of just normal.
Gotcha. Okay. Where's my exclamations? What the hell?
They got like a like content update coming or something, I think, don't they?
Yeah, I wish our dedicated server had like an auto update option, but it doesn't. At least I'm not aware of one.
That was a big issue I had when trying to have hosted Foundry stuff for D&D. Is that
God, that updates piss me off so much.
For modules and everything, like I would have to I'd have to figure out how that host handles it to try to actually update this stuff.
You're hosting through Forge or something, right?
Yeah, and I had a couple buddies who also use Forge to host, and they would never update because it wasn't clear how you actually make it update stuff. And I think one of them figured it out and occasionally would do an update, but man, my character sheet is literally broken. Can you update the game, please?
Yeah, this is an issue I have with software, which is another reason why I wanted to just leave tech. Is just the it just never ends, bro. And the development cycles are, you know, everyone's and their mother's doing freaking this thing called agile now, which is part of the reason why you see update every fucking week is because everyone's doing micro updates every fucking week. And it's like, bro, stop introducing bugs and breaking my shit and reminding me to update every freaking 2 days. And like, I can't believe how many games I have to update on Steam every week now. Like, it used to be like once a month I'd have to update a game. Now it's every day there's a new update or 3. It's like, somebody please save the world. Cheerleader is dead.
Actually, I kind of wonder if that's
exactly what's going on with Foundry too. I guarantee it. Don't even think about it. Like, it's because they're doing updates and making improvements and pushing it out. But it's like every update, and especially if it's a modular like system that has mods or add-ons, it's like you break everything. Like stop, like slow down.
Yeah.
Make it a big feature update and stop doing these micro things, especially that's gonna break your modded community that the whole thing's based off of.
I was really thrown for a loop recently because
Went on a roller coaster.
A5e, they have people like on their team that handle their Foundry version.
Yeah.
Their Foundry system, and
they got people to update theirs, so they don't have to think about it.
and they were like, okay, guys, we're gonna do this huge update. It's like a big rework. Really just lost the thread there, huh?
I'm so tired of doing this, dude.
They had this like big update that they actually just put out the other day for A5E, and they were talking about it's like, okay, we're gonna, we're anyone who wants to jump in get access to like the test build as we're going, and from their Discord and stuff, they did that, and then it's like, okay, so they're probably gonna put out like the test build like this week, and then maybe give it a week or two to get some feedback, and then once they've got everything situated, then they'll do the actual launch. They put out the test build on like Monday or Tuesday. The actual update went out. Actually, it wasn't even Monday or Tuesday. It actually got delayed. Or no, yeah, it was like this Monday or Tuesday. Sunday or Monday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They put out the test build. The full update went out Tuesday night.
Patch Tuesday.
So they I guess were just like working on it in that time frame of like 2 days, getting feedback from people in the span of like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like at least give it like a week.
Nah, that's why games get released broken,
nonsense, dude. Man.
They either have an internal test team and everything comes out a month later than everyone is aware of, so everything feels always like a month behind, or they don't have internal playtesters and the community is their playtester and they have 2 weeks to get shit done because that's what the producers say. I don't know. I'm cynical about it, dude. I'm so tired of tech and their bullshit business practice, which doubles down into game industry, which is actually another reason why I stopped playing Hunt Showdown, is because it's like every month, every 2 weeks, whatever the cycle was, there's like a new update, a new event, new weapons, things are changing. You guys aren't solving your cheater problem. It's like, not that there's much they can do. It's frustrating.
Yeah, I thought I'd just jump in here instead of typing.
Yo, there he is. Big Rig. What's up? Oh my god. Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I just got my ass over here. Heard the tail end of, I was checking out the stream and heard the tail end of game development cycles. And yeah, early access for 2 years. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, they don't remember.
Beta test, you can charge them for a half-built game and then just get free beta testing as they play.
Exactly, dude. It's like we know it too. Like people know it, and they still get away with it. It's so dumb.
Yep. Well, as we all know, the game development pipeline is a fucking mess.
Oh yeah,
I would
software.
know. I just did 10 hours today.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of pipelines are a mess. Even in sales, pipelines are always a mess because pipelines are built on imaginary expectations. It's like, no wonder it's a mess. They're based in fantasy land,
and there's always enough time to fix something, but never enough time to figure out what you need to do properly and get it done right the first time.
Yeah, Rig's got some skeletons in the closet on this topic.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
But it's part and parcel of the territory.
It sure is, isn't it? So, since you guys are here, yeah, as you can see, I've been working on this today. And I made an executive decision because no one else is here doing it. But I figured, right, we had the start, we had the curve, we had the rise, and then we have a top level that maybe I made it a little too complicated, but
that's fine.
It's supposed to be, you got a ramp on the top, and then I think on the bottom we'll add some like will make it really frustrating to be on the bottom half. So you ideally want to stay up there, right? Is the goal. But now that there's at least a track, I figured let's do a little test run before I end my night.
I could do that, yeah.
If you guys are down.
So kind of. Do you got any boats here?
They are.
Yeah, you got
Okay, there we
choices.
go.
I don't know who made all the boats, but yeah, we got like one of every rainbow color. Every wooden rainbow color.
Hmm. For now.
For now.
There we go.
Oh, Arachnithecus, get out of here.
I think the last time I was on, I think me and Neff and
Who else was
was
on?
Meg.
I want to say it was
Probably
Meg.
Meg.
Because Jamie was gone.
We did a
Oh.
very short test run of the racetrack.
Very short.
It does look like Jamie was here. The walls are coming up in the inn.
Yeah, I'm
We
thinking
were
it was
wondering
Jamie.
about that.
I noticed.
Jamie's been doing the walls and I've been doing the framework.
Ah, okay.
So
you
I
guys
just make
tag
more
team.
frames and then I come back and they're filled in.
No, where are you guys just talking about it like in game casually, or?
No, I think this is going on independently.
So it just happens to be you guys coordinated somehow.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Unless it was established at the beginning of the project.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of a powwow, or you guys did at least. But I don't. It's like, man, I know Jamie's been working on it. I know you did the framework, and I guess yeah, you're scratching each other's back as you go.
Mm.
All right,
I
I
just need
think
to go and get the roof on the damn thing. I'm not going to make it any taller, I think. I think 2 levels might be good enough.
yeah, I think 2's good, and then the tower can be the 3rd. Yeah, no, it looks good. It looks good. And I assume it was Jamie as well, because the sign that I had left for her is gone. So, all right, let's do it. Let's give this a go.
Okay.
All right, hands and
So-
feet inside the vehicle at all times. Want this to be a clean fight. Only punching as in the face is allowed. And
All right. I'll put my sword away then.
This works, right?
this
I
works.
think so.
What do you mean? Oh, does it?
Yeah, if you hit it, it goes
Right.
ding, 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 ding.
Let's go. oh, I'm clicking on somebody.
Too fast.
Yeah, if you fall, you got to bring it to the closest part of the track. I think is the.
Yeah.
Get
Oh,
it?
there's a creeper on the track.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm on the bottom half now.
Oh, I do have a boat.
Oh, wait, I fell. Shit.
I thought my boat was fully destroyed.
All right, we're gonna have to make this creeper proof. Oh no! Oh no!
Huh?
I almost went over the edge.
Get in there! Get in
Up
there!
one.
Get out of my way! Get out of my way! Yeah. So right now the bottom is easy way to go. The top is a trap. Oh. All right. Shit. The creeper just breaks all of the ice though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. We're gonna have to put torches all along the side to block it off from creepers and things.
Yep. All right. Overall, though, I don't know. That seemed to work pretty well.
Kind of fun.
Yeah. And then we'll have to add some traps in between here and there at some point. You know, we'll put some maybe like add some holes here and there just to mess with people.
Mm.
Maybe put some roadblocks here and there to mess with people. Yeah, it'll be good.
And I would have done so much better there if I didn't think that my boat was obliterated.
Yeah, you
It just immediately went into my inventory. I was like, what do I do now? I have no
Ah.
boat.
I can see how that'd be an issue.
just gonna line these up. I wonder if I should just put a torch on all of them, make it like a very obvious, like follow the torches, like don't deviate. Cool. Well, thanks you guys for testing. I think Rig won. So, man, Rig, you've won every single competition we've had in this
I
game.
played too much Minecraft, I think.
Yeah, Rig killed everyone in the battle royale. He won against the fight and against, I think it was Az in the battle pit. You're clearly good at sailing, man.
It's just seat time, I guess.
Yep. All right, I'm out
Oh,
of
it looks
torches.
like Jamie went and put a bunch of doors and beds in all the little rooms I framed out too.
Oh, really? Hell yeah! I
Yeah,
noticed
because
the bottom floor seemed pretty done.
yeah, I went and spaced out all the rooms so everyone can have their own little room in the place.
Nice.
Or at least there are rooms if need be.
If need be. Yep. Let's see. Is this safe? Oof. Okay. Where were the rooms? Are they up here? They are up here.
They're on the second floor, yeah. Yeah, they're all here. I was somehow able
Yeah.
to space them up properly. Ish.
Look at that. Is it nighttime? Oh, we sleeping? Let's sleep.
Sure.
Since we're all next to a bed. Planned creeper. Oh, it was sabotage. He was in front, right? Initially. I think you were.
Yeah, I was doing pretty well until the creeper.
Yeah, until
I would
surprise
say,
creeper.
doing a second lap though, that gap in the path made it pretty interesting.
Which gap?
The creeper hole.
Yeah. See, so I think we do need to add a few like trap holes and all that, but
Yeah, because I think I followed whoever was doing another lap, and I think they went into the pit, but I managed to just barely kind of scrape around the outside of it.
Man, viewing it from up here looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I will say those turns were harder than I thought they would be. Looking at it, well,
Just got to slow down a little bit.
My back couldn't help it. You want to fight, punk? You want to fight, punk? You want to fight, punk?
Oh, I thought that was a skeleton.
not
for a
with that
second.
sword. Ow. There you go.
There I go.
Oh, I just punched you with it. I
Oh!
didn't even... Why were you so dead?
Because I jumped off several floors. I don't know. Listen, if I'm
At
not
least
dying,
you just slept nearby.
exactly. I wasn't too worried about it. I already got my silk touch. I'm good. Not to mention, it's
Dragon
not. It's,
doesn't die. Is it really a Minecraft? stream?
exactly. That's what I was getting at. There we go.
Not one,
It may
yes.
as well be tradition at this point. I don't know. What was my record? 12 deaths? 13? How many times did Neff
Damn.
kill me that one time? You were there. What do you mean, damn?
I didn't count them all, unfortunately, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see. Where did my emotional support? That's what I needed. All right. Cool. Rig, what were you up to?
Right now, I have no idea yet. Pretty much all I did when I got on is I just traded a bunch of iron, put mending on all my armor. And I haven't figured out what to do next. I was either going to cut down some more crimson wood or go back down to the railway and dig more or something.
Yeah, you know
I-
what are you doing down there?
Relax my
still?
brain for a little bit, and then I was gonna go work on my side gig shit.
You said
Yeah.
side gig?
Yeah.
Like IRL side gig or in-game side gig?
Oh, IRL stuff.
Okay.
'Cause, you know how Novaswarm does live GD commission stuff.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit of work to do still for an upcoming debut.
Fun.
Mhm.
How do you guys split up that work? Because is it you and Ellie primarily, or?
Depends on the model.
Okay.
If they want, depends on the drawing style too. If they want Lyra's style, they go with Lyra. If they want Ellie style, they go with Ellie. And then I
You do
get
the rigging?
the pieced up file, and I take it into the live 2D, make all the art meshes, set up the rig, and then do the base deformations and stuff. And then
Sure.
Ellie comes in later on usually and polishes what I block out.
Very cool. I like that.
Because I don't have the 2D experience that they do, so sometimes my brain's like, well, it's always 3D, so that's how my brain registers it. Is like, how is it supposed to look in 2D? I don't know. I only know
Yeah.
3D.
Actually, no, it's admirable that the three of you work so closely together too. Because I was telling Az earlier, it's like, man, it's really tough getting people together to like work on the like one project. But you guys basically do that de facto. So yeah, the fact that if your 2D's lacking, like who cares? You got Lyra and Ellie to pick up the 2D slack, right? So
and if they don't want to do the, I guess, the grunt work of putting together the former hierarchy and doing the chain of everything, like basically the rigging of it, it's just like then I'm just like, oh, this is very simple and the same as 3D rigging more or less, so I can just kind of do it and not care about it.
You're at a point where you just do it in your sleep.
I can't just do it in my sleep, but it doesn't take too much brain power. I can kind of just autopilot and get it done.
Okay, fun. You found a nice little nook right there.
There we go.
That's for you, this thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll treasure it always.
And if I stand here.
Oh, cool. My favorite. The dark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
And speaking of digging tunnels and whatnot, there might currently be a slight lack of deep slate, unless there's more deep slate hidden somewhere.
No way, that's impossible, Rig.
Oh.
Is there a lack of deep slate? Is that possible? I didn't know that was possible on the server.
Have you been grabbing deep slate from the deep slate stores underneath the swarm base?
I found one place. I only looked at
let's go. Adventure awaits. Huzzah!
The actual like rail station, where the spawn rail drops you off. Because I didn't want to leave my stairway up to the Spire of Ascuron unfinished. So I was just scrounging for any deep slate I could find.
Yeah, I guess you did use a lot for that, didn't you?
I feel like I might have taken all the deep slate that was readily available from any surface sources.
Is your inventory empty?
Mine's mostly empty.
I'm pretty sure I have that. What is that? What is that special shared chest called?
The Ender chest?
Ender chest? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I stashed that when I was doing the underground stuff. I might have like a chest full of it. You could have that.
Well, either way, I'll head back to the Swarm HQ quickly and show you where the because if you go down the stairs of the train station, back and around behind the dog cart station, there should be like a little side closet with a wall of chests.
Is that? Yeah, that's the one behind the shops. You said. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's where I've been grabbing it. Is it the same one? It sounds like you already know about it, though.
If it's like 4 chests, then
no, you don't know about it. You've done left up, my boy.
Yeah, when you said wall of chests, I was like, that doesn't sound like what I saw.
You don't even know the treasures that lie beneath these lands.
There's just like 4 chests that is labeled like loot and stuff and stuff. I don't remember. It's like very.
That's just the cart drop off. It's not where I keep the deep slate.
You actually got quite a boost out of that, actually.
Yeah, I really did.
So this way.
Yeah, these are the chests that.
No, you don't even know. You don't even know.
I saw.
Go forth and be in wonderment. No, yeah. Go be amazed. Go be amazed. Go be amazed. Should I tell him about the explosion?
The explosion.
No. Did you find some?
Sure is a lot.
I did use quite a bit. Okay, there is some in here.
There's also a lot of tough, and I don't even know what tough is all about.
It's a decoration block. It has no use yet.
You know what? A lot of the deep slate's actually already been used up, but there is a full chest right here too.
Yeah, I may have used a lot of the deep slate that was there, lining the walls of the train station.
Wait, did you line the walls?
Yeah, it's all deep slate brick now.
Oh, it's I get it. Okay.
Because I know
I wanted to have some spots where I'm gonna have like some stairways and walkways on the path to the Grove. I figured Deep Slate seems like the HiVECORE way to go. So
It's the most punchable
also-
resource,
Ooh,
really.
those are cool. What is
Yeah.
that? You got some like quartz up there.
oh, it's a geode probably.
Geode?
Yeah, it's geode. I need to make a ladder or a stairway up to it, so it can be harvested.
Deep Slate also has this tile variant, which is neat.
Yeah, that happens when you dig it out and put it back in, because the cobbled deep slate looks different than regular deep slate.
Yeah.
Man, every time I come down here, I just think, Rig is a dwarf. This is the Mines of Moria. Don't go
Oh,
down
yes.
that way. There's a Balrog.
This is wild.
Press the button.
Push the button!
Thanks.
Bye, Rig. Where does it go? What secrets lie here? Rig is the opposite direction. Is that safe? Is it
The opposite direction of this? Yeah, that's the most established line that goes down to the desert and mesa biome where Jammy's submarine build is. And
Submarine?
Meg's
What?
been building too.
I was wondering where that was.
Yeah, it's the
caught
sub
part of the
sandwich.
stream,
a
but
sub sandwich? Yes! Dang! Oh my god. I haven't bumped into Jamie playing Minecraft in forever.
There. There's some more deep slate down this way. Because the north line is the one I've been working on mostly this last little bit.
As you can just stash some in here if it's empty for you.
that's not a bad idea.
And actually, yeah, I do have like the majority of mine filled with more if you happen to need it still.
This game, why can't I just drop everything of a single type in one click?
Oh, you know that
kind
pisses
of
me off.
can.
So when I
if
have
you grab a stack of an item and then shift and double left click over top of it, it will drop every single one of that item into the chest.
shift
Hmm.
and double.
I was not aware of this.
Hmm.
Yeah. Grab a stack, hold and left click over top of the same type of stack, and it will just plop it all in there.
Hold up.
I sure will. I don't actually need that
You
much.
just gotta double click it, otherwise it won't quite work.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, because there's
Oh.
a feature to do that in Satisfactory that I'm really used to.
Why do I have to be holding? I could be holding anything. I can be holding anything. Okay, interesting. All right, good to know.
Yeah, I'm just consolidating them all from left to right now. It seems the furthest chests are... They have deep slate in them, but it's all over the place in them. Of the deep slate building materials.
Oh, my bad. Let me get that out of your back. Oh, that's I got it. Okay.
Careful.
Oh shit. I'm forgetting that reload and fire are the same button.
Yeah,
Are arrows
Be dangerous
infinitely
at times.
reusable?
there.
I got grandma's
Ooh,
stick. You better
stick.
watch out. This is grandma's whipping stick.
I think if, like, skeletons shoot arrows, you can't pick them up, but any that you or maybe even any player, seems like you can pick them up.
All right, Az,
That
you
was
gotta make
usually-
the beeping noises, okay? Oh no, I was
What?
gonna do it. All right, I'm going back to surface. It's pushing 3 hours. I'm getting
Alright.
ready to call it.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
think, probably gonna be heading off here in a little bit to get some cold pizza.
Whoa!
Yum.
Cold pizza. Oh, that's right. You, I heard the ding, and you haven't gotten it.
My sister was the one who was making it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, hey,
Ah,
you
I
eat
forgot my ender chest. Damn it.
you eat dinner like I do
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Can't be mining without my ender chest.
The other day I had gotten some noodles ready to go, and I was doing some very last minute D&D prep, and didn't get to them for like too long. They were just super soggy. There was like absorbed all the water. It's like, well, I mean, it'll still taste good, but
yeah, but the texture is going to be lacking.
Yeah,
just sogged right the hell out.
God, what is the texture of soggy noodles? What is that comparable to?
Wet packing peanuts, I think.
No, wet packing peanuts dissolve. that is just nothing.
So do the sogged noodles.
Oh, I'm thinking more like God, it's like has this gooey texture to it. Maybe it's just the type of noodles. Why are you always behind me? Oh, I didn't need to hit you with that one. I was just holding it.
You just stopped there, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait here and see what happens.
Oh, this guy.
Just waiting to strike.
Yep.
Burrito, one day you'll go home.
One day you'll have a father again. Spaceman's been in space for too long. Oh, I got it. Oh, I almost got it. Actually, how far does that go if I'm standing here?
Just every time you see Burrito, just Siri play Cats in the Cradle.
Oh, it actually lands for exactly where I shoot if you shoot straight up.
I think there is some variance to it.
No, there isn't. You're just simply not aiming up enough.
Clearly.
This
guy fancy with his chicken.
Yeah, you want some?
I've just got potatoes. Oh, insane.
Yeah, it's that Costco rotisserie, man. It's got 3,000% sodium. It is actually not that bad, but the sodium it's so salty, man.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, I suppose you're not wrong. But I could taste the heart failure or the liver failure or whatever.
Man. Oh. Next time I stream, I might need to come through here and dig up all the gravel and stone and replace it with dirt.
Why? Just to make it all grass?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like seeing the exposed stone on the surface. Like in the hills and stuff. Like sure, okay, but like out in front of the tavern.
The tavern, right?
I guess you're gonna have to fire a landscaper then.
You know, this is just a small perception of mine, but or not perception of words are so difficult for me right now. I don't know why. A small observation, but looking at the door to the tavern, it reminds me of the Goombas from the old Mario movie, where they had like a huge body but a tiny head. I think these are like the biggest doors we could probably make, though, right? Just 2x2 or 2x1s.
Yeah, all the doors are.
But what happens if you make a door that's 3x2?
I mean, honestly, what you should be able to do is get just a door block,
or
that
a hinge.
Just is a 1x1, or something like that. Yeah, where you can just kind of like make.
Ooh. Nice. He went to the multiverse and back again. Forever? No way. It's impossible.
Have I fully disconnected?
Are you still there?
Looks like
I've lost my connection to Minecraft, and Streamlabs seems to be disconnected.
Well, you're back on. I hear you on Discord. Oh, no, there you go. All right. Interesting.
Crazy.
All right. Well, now that we've banished as to the nether. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. And I'll catch you next time.
In the Shadow Realm.
Bye.